Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. Our first dash will go to post in approximately 20 minutes. Somewhat cloudy overhead, not quite as ominous as what that shot shows, but nonetheless, track listed as fast. 10 races on the card this evening. Temperature will be recorded as 22 degrees Celsius. Let's get a look at the changes. Race 1 has no changes. No changes, race 1. Race number 2, no changes. Race 3, no changes. And the fourth race will go as programmed. Race 5 scratched is number 4, Wicked West. And race 5 scratched the 4, scratch 6, Diesel Dally. And scratch 9, Fishing in the Shadows. We lost the 4, 6, and 9 in race number 5. Race number 6 has no changes. Race number 7, number 5, Rusty's Bet is scratched. Race 7, scratch 5, Rusty's Bet. Note that number 6, Lotto Max, open bridle to blinkers. Race number 8 has no changes. No changes, race number 8. Race number 9, scratches of 1, Martini Please, and 7, Sake Bomb. Race 9, scratches of 1 and 7. And the 10th race, 5, Keystone Dakota is scratched. Race 5, Keystone Dakota is scratched. Once again, reviewing races 1 and 2. No changes in the first 2 dashes. It is 17 minutes to post time. Time to welcome in my co-host, our handicapping expert, and our London bureau chief, live from London, Sugar Doyle. How you doing, Sugar?
Well, we're doing pretty good here, Gary. We're a little more alert than it was on Monday evening. I have to be honest; I was a little bit under the weather on the Monday evening's race car, but we are back and we're better this evening. I'm looking forward to the 10 dash car, and I'm really looking forward to that showdown in the pop-up series final, race 10, PL Aussie and how you play the game facing off in that pop-up series final. I'm expecting fireworks.
I want to see those fireworks, and it is warm enough this evening that Pialazzi went in 150 and 2. I want to see if we can get a sub 150 mile, but you know they'll need to go after it. But there's 8 in there, and maybe there'll be some early throwdown people just wanting to establish position, because I've often said in order to set a track record, you need somebody to force the issue, and yet that 49 and 4 mile, that wasn't the case.
Well, that's true. I remember that. Troll Rocks getting there for fourth. I haven't seen a horse finish up a mile in quicker fashion. Like I was on track that day for Control Rocks through the stretch. He was flying, like pacing out of his skin through the stretch to hold off. I believe it was Crackshot who was coming to him, but yeah, he was being forced to go sub 150 speed. PL Aussie last time around the river, I mean, he put up some big early fractions, 26, 54 to the half. Now, how you play the game, if that horse follows right along behind PL Aussie, I think Aussie's going to have his hands full through that final quarter. I went back to check a replay. Early July over Georgian Downs, how you play the game, got over that track in 51 flat, Gary. You know it.
Yeah, and what did I tell you? That track's not as fast as here, so
Right.
we'll see. Especially later, as the meet wore on towards the latter part of the meet, it really just was not yielding all that quick at times. And so that's interesting. Race 5, we lost 3 horses, so the 5th race at
Yeah.
that high 5. But, we'll make the most of it. And also,
We will.
There's a horse in this evening. I love this. Okay, race 2, number 6. I called it wrong. I watched the movie 310 to Yuma. I watched that movie and I still called
Right.
it incorrectly. So my apologies
What
to
did you call it?
13 to Yuma.
Yeah.
I should
well,
know.
you know
What? I shouldn't even say that because I don't want to get that stuck in my head.
I think the last time we brought this horse up at the river, September 3rd, I think I went the same way when
Oh
looking at
my
it. Right.
God.
It can read 13
Okay,
very
don't.
easy
Yeah,
for
but
these old
listen,
eyes.
don't say it. I don't want it stuck in my head. It's 310 to Yuma. It's a good Western. I love Westerns. Although one thing I will
Me
say,
too.
I used to love watching Westerns when I was younger, and now the odd time when you watch an older Western, I just say, I can't watch this. The camera work. I didn't know any better when I was younger because there wasn't better camera work, but some of those, especially old stagecoach Westerns and stuff, the stagecoach
Wow.
wasn't actually moving and the scenery was moving. It was some of it was a wee bit. It looks a little hokey now.
Maybe. I mean, one of my favorite westerns. They've been showing it quite a bit on TV over the last probably half dozen months or so. Tombstone, not an old western, but
Yeah,
that's definitely one of my favorites.
but and I like Unforgiven, ones like that. So that's still
Yeah,
in the
Clint
category
Eastwood.
of what you'd call a modern Western. But when I'm talking about some of those, you go back into Roy Rogers and John Wayne. Loved John Wayne. The odd time some of
Right.
the videography of it left a little bit to desire. Now in
There
the
was a term for some westerns back in the day. They mentioned spaghetti
oh that was
westerns, right?
yeah, because that Clint Eastwood. It just had that. I don't think it's a derogatory term. It was just a way of describing a certain type of
Yeah, like
Western.
I know I've heard it before, but I never was quite sure what it meant. What's a spaghetti western?
Well, I think it traces to a producer, a director that was Italian, and some of them were shot, I
Sure.
believe, in Italy.
Gotcha.
And look, we're not saying anything. I love Italians. Love it. Capiche?
Me too. I love Italian food. Ooh.
In fact, I should just, it's a very quick passing moment, said we had a fellow that worked at Flamborough Downs, Roberto. Great Italian guy.
Yeah.
Worked there for a long time, passed away a few weeks back. And so just a mention of that got cancer. Not an old guy, and it's like maybe 50, 51. Everybody
Wow.
loved Roberto. So it's hard. So there's just a shout out to Roberto from Flamborough Downs that our thoughts are with you, buddy.
Indeed.
And, he was sick for a while, but he was a trooper. He came back, but passed away. So we're going to move on to happier notes, and about 7 minutes to post time, we're going to happily have you tell us your pick 5 thoughts so we can nail this down and get the night rolling in fine form.
Let's get it. Let's go. Ready, we are back, folks, and we are getting set to dive into a 10 dash card on this Wednesday evening at Grand River Raceway. Big shout out to all the caretakers doing their thing this evening at the river. A Caretaker Appreciation Night, and we'll thank COSA for sponsoring the dinners around the paddock for all the caretakers in play this evening. This business would be nothing without the caretakers looking after all the race horses. So big shout out and congratulations to all. Before you even get started with your racing action this evening, I know you all do a fine job with your horses. Good luck with your horses this evening at Grand River Raceway. Right now, we've got some pick 5 ticket ideas in order. Myself, track announcer Gary Guy, and a good friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone, just to map out winning pick 5 plays, starting up here in race number 1 with a $5,000 guaranteed pool. Fast and dry conditions, a little bit overcast, but 22 Celsius in Alberta. So it's a beauty of an evening for a horse race. Let's go with some pick 5 ticket ideas then. Right up front, the opening leg, I've gone inside, and those are the 3 that are taking the most serious action here. Tahoe Sealster, Night Wash, Dancing in the Dark. My top play here easily. No shot. This one has to go 26 speed, the opening quarter, to be on top in this one. So maybe some relaxed fractions. Should Dancing in the Dark decide to cut this one out again? He just missed last time out, 56-4 for a third best finish in the latest. Race number 2. I've gone deep as the ball races 2 and 3 tonight. Pacing event. In the second, we'll use Little Mo Problems, Dancing on the Drive, Pursuit of Happiness. Love that name. And number 5, Freight Full of Gold, my top selection in there. Race number 3, again, 4 deep there. We use the inside 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. In that order is how I've got them picked for the third. The 4th race, we're on 3. JS Bet This Lady, as well as 4 by Fromage. And on the end, we're going to single up number 2, Twin Bee Alliance, shipping in from the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park for owners Twin Brook Limited. Trainer Francis Dumichel. Sam Filion picks up the live catch driving assignment. Not sure if it will be first time Sammy or not, but we saw that play out on Monday evening. That's going to be one of my go-tos going forward here at the River, folks. First time Sammy Filion in the bike. He will drive number 2, Twin Bee Alliance, on the end of this pick 5 play. I'm in to go for $19.20 on a 20-cent wager. Again, a $5,000 guaranteed pool pick 5, a go-to wager right up front. Next on the dock, it's going to be Gary Guy with his best pick 5 go.
Well, I didn't spend quite as much money as you, $6.40. And race number 1, we have the same top 2. I didn't add Night Wash, so I kept it down to 2, Dancing in the Dark and Tahoe Sealster. And then on the second race, we both thought this was a wide open dash. Interestingly enough, your top one is not one of my 4, so I don't know. I guess I didn't get the memo. So I have the Dancing on the Drive. Your second one is the one I used on top. I got the inside 3 plus the 6. 310 to Yuma. I got to write this down like number 310. Then I'm going to write it also on the program right now so that the idiot announcer doesn't screw it up again. Because you know what? I know the guy. He's got the potential to mess it up again. Anyway, race number 3, 1 Top Dealer and 4 Trooper Hanover. I just went with 2 of your 4. I left out Harbor Light Jimmy, which was tough to do off of a win, and Salzburg Gunner. Charlottetown, you've got to be loyal to that one coming in, and Salzburg Gunner was good, but I only went too deep. Race number 4.
He's a nice animal, Gary. You remember him on the straightaway, right?
You're right about that. I just, I keep it slim. I got mine is always the diet pick 5, and in race number 4, we clearly were looking at this race differently. I Dream of Genie and Big Nipper. So I have the 2 and 5, and you've got the 4 and 3. We clearly were looking at this through a different lens, and
we're not sharing selections prior to race day, are we?
Gosh, no. And race number 5, you know what? We both landed on the same idea, singling up Twin Bee Alliance. Even though the form isn't great, just the venue change shows enough speed, I think, to be able to drop in here
Let's
and
go,
be
Sammy.
tough. Yeah. 640.
Nice. I like it. Good luck, Gary.
You say that. I don't know if you beat it or not.
Let's bring up friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone, his best go on this early pick five. Here we go, folks. $5,000 guaranteed pool, still time. Conley, the opening leg, we're on the same page, both using 1, 2, and 3. His single on this sequence is number 2, Dancing on the Drive, Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew in race number 2. Conley goes 4 deep in the third, 1, 2, 4, and 6. Cuts it back to 3 deep in the fourth. He's on the 1, Odds on Selenium. 3, Jazz Bet This Lady, as well as 4, Minor Fromage. And on the end of it, he's 2 deep to complete with 1, LD's Hunter, and 2, Twin B Alliance. If playing along with Conley, you're in to go for $14.40 on the 20-cent wager. Best of luck to all those racing and playing this evening. And again, one more shout out for our caretakers on Caretaker Appreciation Night. Big shout out for what you do in the industry. Big shout out to COSA for providing dinners around the paddock for our caretakers this evening.
And there is a look at that paddock camera, and there's also the selections in race number 1. That paddock camera is provided by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade 1, Tahoe Sealster, Austin Sorry for trainer Joe McIsaac, who's also the groom, and the owner's Wayne McGeen. Number 2 is Night Wash, Nick Boyd for Craig Bars and Nurko Sokolovic. Craig Bars also is the groom, as well as being the trainer and part owner. Number 3, Dancing in the Dark, Scott Young for Jerry Sims and John O'Brien and Larry Carter. And the groom is Penny Francis. Number 4 is In the Circle, Damian McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows. And the groom is Alan McGregor. 5 is Classy Dancer, Sammy Fillion. Drives for Francis Guimet and Michelle Letendre. Samantha Hurst is the groom. Number 6 is Wildcard Bet, Carl Thomas for Carmel Racing. And the groom is Melissa Thomas. And number 7 is Lions Delightful, Travis Cullen for Anthony Beaton and 3 Lions Racing. Field of 7, race number 1. Let's get a look at this field for race number 1. And we're going to start with number 3, Dancing in the Dark. Doesn't have a win yet, but yet both of us like this one on top. I think we'll be dancing early.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, this is a great-looking 2-year-old son of Dancing Lou, one of 2. Scott Young drives this evening. He's got another one for his dad in race number 6. He'll be on board the 5. Better See the Show, who's coming in off some qualifiers. So this might be Scott's best chance at hitting the winner's circle right off the bat. The horse players are on him heavy. 3 to 5. He went 26-3 to be on top in the latest, just a little short on the end of it. No shot. He's got to be at the quarter and 26 to front these, Gary.
Yeah, and look, it's just that he's a horse that's been showing a lot, and I think it just might be time to break through. Of course, he's in with his peeps. He's a 2-year-old in with other 2-year-olds, and flashes that gate speed. And, this isn't necessarily a front-end track, but it's never a bad thing to get out and get the lead as long as you can set the fractions you want. a field of 7 can possibly help in that because we get a more full field. Somebody gets stuck and maybe sometimes drives on and forces the issue in a way that you didn't want to. Number 1, Tahoe Sealster. I tell you, the recent form isn't great, but there's flashes of speed that make you think maybe Tahoe Sealster, who's been touring around Woodbine, Kawartha, back to Mohawk, then over to Georgian Downs. Said I should try it at Grand River because so far I need to find a different place.
Right on. Started out the racing season, the racing career at Northside. That is, I believe, Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia. So well-traveled early in the career. I'm looking for the London Classic Yearling Sale Exactor here in the opener. Dancing in the Dark, $25,000 purchase last season. Well, this one sold for $39,000, the son of Century Pharaoh. Picks up Austin Sorey today. Not a whole lot of luck in 2 of his last 3 starts where he showed a break, 3 back, and then interfere with in the latest. I'm looking for some clear sailing, and I'm going to hope that he can follow along behind Dancing in the Dark or even be on top here for Austin Sorey, where we've seen Austin win many races this meet when leading at the river.
I wouldn't be surprised if he sends him. And if you want to closely examine that last line, this is one that made that break and was 15 and a half lengths back. But Tahoe Sealster, the one negative, though, you see a couple of breaks now in the past 3 starts. So but both breaks weren't leaving, so maybe will be getting put into play.
And one more thing, Gary, I did go back and check that replay. If he doesn't get interfered with, I've got him pacing a mile and 57 there. So don't even think anything of it at 2 minutes 3/5 mile. I'd put that mile at 57 all day long.
Yeah, and next one to look at is Night Wash. And Night Wash is one that, just been a fringe player. But, there's some signs of speed. You see one at Mohawk with consecutive 27 and 4 final quarters.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a little bit better in the latest because I go back and I look at that replay at Kawartha Downs where he did finish 4th when showing a break prior to the halftime. I think the reason for that break, there was a horse come up alongside of him, and this horse was really grabby in the pocket. So he jumped it off briefly, got back down pacing. Still was able to pace a mile in 56 and 1 there at Kawartha. Another one where I'd be kind of ignoring that latest over Woodbine Mohawk Park because this horse, the son of Cattle more than capable of showing 56 speed here tonight. Price is right too, Gary. 7-1 with Ralphie on board.
You went to 7 Lions Delightful on the bottom. I went to 4 In the Circle. They're both longer plays. Some thoughts?
Yeah. I was just looking for a price, right? You've got a 19-1 shot. I'll take the longest shot on the board at 25-1 to be best of the rest.
Both strong barns, Robert Kyle Fellows and Anthony Beaton, so you could use them on the bottom. But the money is in on Dancing in the Dark at even money. We'll see if that's the way it goes here, but Dancing in the Dark is even money on the board. Tahoe Sealster, right. Our second choice is 8-5. So what do you usually say? Let's go!
Yeah, let's go!
And it is that field of 7 Tahoe Sealster Night Wash. In the center, Dancing in the Dark. In the circle, Classy Dancer to the outside. Wildcard Bet and Lions Delightful. Field of 7. Race number 1. First of 10 dashes on a Wednesday night as the field is wending their way towards the start. Caretaker Night at the river. Field is moving into position. And they're at the start of the rough. And Dancing in the Dark. Night Wash. Tahoe Sealster. Then In the Circle. Then Classy Dancer, Wildcard Bet, and Lions Delightful. But Tahoe Sealster able to grab the early lead as Austin Sorey sends this one out. 7-5 takes the front. Night Wash is second. And racing third is Dancing in the Dark. They're in program order. Then fourth is In the Circle. Then Classy Dancer and Wildcard Bet and Lions Delightful. Tahoe Sealster to the quarter as they race their way on towards us in 28 seconds. And Night Wash is watching from second. Dancing in the Dark is currently dancing on the inside third in front of In the Circle, who's fourth, and they head their way up towards the half off a 28-second opening panel. Third from last classy dancer in front of Wildcard Bet and Lions Delightful. 7 in a line. Program order still, and nobody popping to the outside just yet. Tahoe Sealster looks for his second panel breather. 57 and 1, 29 and 1 second split. Nightwash second, Dancing in the Dark third. Then in the circle, Classy Dancer, Wildcard Bet, and Lions Delightful. As they hustle on towards the three quarters, Tahoe Sealster leads by 2 1/4 and not receiving any urging. Now popping out from third. Dance in the Dark is quickly coming with authority. Dance in the Dark is being followed on the outside by In the Circle. Nightwash on the inside is still third, though. In the Circle is fourth. Then Lions Delightful to the outside and on the inside. Classy Dancer. Wildcard Bet is trailing 126 and 4 3/4, and Tahoe Sealster continues. Leads by about 2 1/4. Dancing in the Dark has a lot of work to do. In the Circle is third. Then Nightwash on down the stretch drive, and Tahoe Sealster and Austin Sorry is going to go coast to coast like butter on toast. And then In the Circle, and then Dancing in the Dark and Nightwash. 155 and 3. Tahoe Sealster. Austin Sorry did send this one, and it was like a race back at Northside, June the 28th, romping all the way. Raced like that debut mile back then.
Right on, never better, right? Drops his life best by almost 8 seconds here, Gary, with his first Ontario victory, and it's where he was purchased by the Maritime Connections last fall. London Classic yearling sale, $39,000 price tag, and he shows up with a big one tonight. Austin Sorry, wonderful job rating this one. 28, 57 and 1, 126 and 4 for a new mark of 155 and 3. Hey, your long shot In the Circle. Big trip for the deuce at 27 to 1, Gary. Nice pick.
Comes up and splits the two that were getting the money. You know, I love that. A pair of 7 to 5 horses. And my thought about that always is that oftentimes one of them will get stuck in challenge first up, and that's what happened with the three, Dancing in the Dark, who just tired a little bit, enough that In the Circle was able to squeeze on by. Certainly the first two lines weren't great. One of them was post 8 here last time out, but yeah, In the Circle will help that exactor be much better.
I would think. This Tahoe Sealster looked great. Right from the get-go, stepping to the top 28, it looked like they were never, ever going to touch him in there. Nice deuce for the big long shot. Then the other probable pair of horses rounding at the superfecta, Dancing in the Dark. Nightwash finishes fourth. Boxing up the inside four. It's going to come back okay.
Well, Joe McIsaac was looking for a different place to go because things weren't going well at Mohawk, Kawartha, and Georgian. I think we might see him again here, because why not come back to the scene of the crime?
Why not, right? When you drop your life best by almost 8 seconds, and did it quite easy, I might add. We all know Austin Sorry loves to send them. Very tough when he gets one settled into a comfortable lead.
Well, and there's Austin pointing for people to come out and join him in the winner's circle. And, back in the winner's circle, one Tahoe Sealster, 2-year-old Century Faro Bay gelding, owned by Ramasako Group and Wayne McKean. I'm positive I've got that wrong. Joe McIsaac is the trainer. Austin Sorry, the winning driver. Tahoe Sealster, second win this year, second lifetime. I'm going to work on that ownership. First race, 1 Tahoe Sealster, 490, 360 and 260. 4 in the circle, 1780 and 650 and 3. Dancing in the dark, 210, $2 exactor, 82.20. Dollar try, 80.15. Dollar super, 161.50. 20-cent super, 32.30. First race, order we finished in the top, 1-4-3-2-6-7-5. That's 1-4-3-2-6-7-5 on the bottom.
Alrighty, we are back, folks, and we are getting set to set up the early pick four at Grand River Raceway. One of the favorites takes the opening leg of the pick five. Tahoe Sealster came in with a mark of 203. Down at North Side Downs in Nova Scotia earlier this season. Well, Austin Sorey send them downtown, 155 and 3, a new mark for trainer Joe McIsaac. And the Winning Connections, who purchased that horse last fall at the London Classic Yearling Sale for $39,000. Congratulations to all involved with Tahoe Sealster, bred, of course, by Sealster Farms, the son of Century Pharaoh. So, without further ado, let's get right into the early pick 4 at the River. Let's bring up a ticket idea for yours truly. Going to go 4 deep still. 1, 2, 3, and 5 for me to open up the pick 4 play. 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order is what I've got pegged in race number 3, the 4th race. We're on 3, JS Bet This Lady, the 4, Maya Fromage. And on the end, we're going to single up Twin Bee Alliance. Shipping in for a possible win on the end of the pick 4 play, $6.40. Play along with the Sugar Man. Gary Guy with his best go on the early pick 4. Let's bring it up for Gary. Gary's got 4 deep, the opening leg. Dancing on the Drive, his top selection in there. 2, 1, 6, and 3. He's on the 1 and 4 in the third. Top dealer, Trooper Hanover. 2 and 5, I Dream of Jeannie, and 5, Big Nipper for Gary in the 4th, and he does single up Twin Bee Alliance on the end of it. Just $3.20 to play along with track announcer Gary Guy. I got a $2,500 guaranteed pool here. Race 2 sees Conley Ecclestone singling up 2, Dancing on the Drive. Conley electing to go 4 deep in the third, 1, 2, 4, and 6. The 4th race for Conley. He's on the 1, 3, and 4. And to the inside, 2 in the 5th, LD's Hunter, Twin Bee Alliance. Like that for Conley. In for just $4.80 on his 20-cent play. Good luck on the early pick 4 at the River. Gary Guy's got the post parade next.
Field for the second on parade 1. A little more problems. Travis's color for Kevin Botts, who's the groom and a trainer and shares an ownership with Mary Christopher. Number 2 is Dancing on the Drive. Austin Sorey for Rachel Andrew. The owner is Ralph Jardine and Kevin Jardine, and Rachel Andrew is also the groom. Number 3 is Pursuit of Happiness. Sammy Filia for Luke Bland. Determination. The groom is Eric Wilson. Number 4, it's Speedo Time. Gary Rive drives and trains for owner Laverne Turnbull, and the groom is Tammy McEnany. 5 is Freight Full of Gold. Jason Ryan for Jessica Hayter and Ed Hayter. Ed is the owner and groom. And number 6 is 310 to Yuma. Daryl Thiessen from Mitchell Tierney and Ellie Stafford. Mitchell is the trainer and groom. It's a field of 6 for race number 2. Let's get a look at this field. And number 5, Freight Full of Gold, 11 to 1. One that I left off my pick 5. And is your top pick. Now, made a break here last time out, so maybe I penalized this one too much for that break, but nonetheless is your top one, so tell me all about it.
Well, the reason I went there is because I knew he'd be a price, and he should be. And right now he's 9-1 and holding. Adjacent Ryan going back on board. So Jody Jameson gave him a steer there last time out, made a break in the early going. Took every chance away to win, but he passed several horses late, right? I mean, he was sitting eighth after the break, and he did come on to finish fourth, sub 2 minute speed in there. So something to build on. He does show 57 and 58 speed throughout the program lines. 4-year-old Stallion Son of Jimmy Freight. Let's see some more from this one tonight.
And the lone 4-year-old then in with a bunch of 3-year-olds,
Right.
so we'll see if maturity matters, although I've told you before, age doesn't always mean maturity.
True.
If you get what I'm saying. Number 2, Dancing on the Drive. Austin Sorey looks to double up for trainer Rachel Andrew. One that doesn't have a top 2 finish yet. This field, there's a lot of underachievers that need to get rolling here. Dancing on the Drive, though, we've seen this one blast out, and maybe it's the same plan of attack for Austin Sorey from race 1 to race number 2.
Well, here's the thing now, Gary. Now, this just in. Austin Sorey is going to have a big night at the river, and I'll tell you why. I saw his dad, Wade, and his partner, Tammy, in the winner's circle. They were joining Austin, so when the folks are on track, you want to be putting on a good show. So look for Austin to have an exceptional night. His dad, Wade, there cheering him on. Great to see. And he'll get a big shot here, I would assume, with number 2, Dancing on the Drive.
Bringing the serious handicapping information on Dancing on the Drive.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
they're
no, I'm
up from
serious.
Prince Edward Island, right? The son wants to put on a good show for Dad.
I think that's understandable. And look, has a better chance here. Last race, Trailer Post, I think his game is to get off the gate when you look down the line. So Dancing on the Drive, 5-2, could be dancing early. Number 3, Pursuit of Happiness, is one that, May the 1st, it didn't go well. That's the only start. Made a break. $100,000 yearling purchase. Sammy Filia, Luke Blay, you got to think about this one.
Oh, 100%. I mean, a high-priced yearling. I love the little play on words for the name, right? The son of Happy Rob Hanover, Pursuit of Happiness. Cute and clever, both, for that 3-year-old. And, didn't work out first time around over the Flamborough Half Mile. Maybe this horse is going to take to the big 5/8 at Grand River Raceway. Sam Filion staying on to drive for trainer Luke, and determination of Montreal, Quebec.
Yeah, and this one might be used a little conservatively with that break, but that was May the 1st, so has been off a while. But Pursuit of Happiness is currently 3-2, so is right there. The 2 and 3 are getting the love, and then one little more problems. Well, the last couple races, look, especially that 1-2 races ago, led all the way, and then went from the leader to 7th down the stretch drive.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see this horse on top. I don't think there's any shot for the one horse to be on top in this one. He does much better when following along on the helmet. He's got a pair of runner-up finishes at the river in late July, just missing second by a half length, 58-3 to start. Before that was 57-3. So the one, little no problems, gets a shot at the Tryon Superfecta all day here. Hey, there's late action coming from my top selection. Frightful of Gold at 7-2. I did not see that coming.
Well, and look, you've talked a few people into it. And one thing with a little more problems, too, Travis Cullen taking over. And
Sure.
Travis, he's a guy who gets a lot out of a horse, so we'll see. And he's also, he's not one-dimensional at all. He drives horses from off the pace, on the lead. Whatever they need is what he'll give them. It's a field of 6, a little more problems. Dancing on the Drive on the inside. In the center, Pursuit of Happiness. And it's Speedo time to the outside, Frightful of Gold. And 3-10 to Yuma. Field for the second race. is at the start of the rough and dancing on the drive, and Pursuit of Happiness on the inside, a little more problems. Then it's Speedo Time, Freight Full of Gold, and 310 to Yuma is back trailing to field. But dancing on the drive right now, Austin Sorry sends this one out to grab the lead. Pursuit of Happiness, and then a little more problems, and it's Speedo Time, Freight Full of Gold, and 310 to Yuma is back trailing the field. They race up to the opening quarter. Dancing on the drive, and Austin Surrey's got the lead. Pursuit of Happiness is racing second. A little more problems is third. Then it's Speedo Time and Freight Full of Gold, and 310 to Yuma off at 29 opening quarter. Dancing on the drive leads the charge and up towards the half, and staying close in the pocket is Pursuit of Happiness. Then it is Lil More Problems racing third, and then positioned to fourth as they work their way on into the backstretch. Racing fourth is It's Speedo Time, Freight Full of Gold, and then 310 to Yuma as they race the backstretch. 59-second flat halftime, and Dancing on the Drive leads by about 2 1/4. Pursuit of Happiness is racing second. A little More Problems is racing third. Freight Full of Gold is kicking in now, has a lot of work to do, but is closing ground. Then it's Speedo Time and 310 to Yuma. They race on by 3/4 off a 59 half, and Dancing on the Drive, 1:28 the 3/4 time, and it is Dancing on the Drive, Pursuit of Happiness, and then racing third, a little more problems. There goes Pursuit of Happiness to the outside for Sammy Filia against Dancing on the Drive. Dancing on the Drive and Pursuit of Happiness on down the stretch where they come, and it's Speedo Time, and along to the inside, a little more problems, 3 across the track, but on the outside, Freight Full of Gold is closing. Freight Full of Gold is going to roll on by. Pursuit of Happiness is second. Dancing on the Drive, and then a little more problems. 158. Freight Full of Gold. Take a bow, Sugar.
Well, thank you, Gary. I was hoping for more value, but shows up tonight anyway, right? 158 flat to break the maiden. First on the board finish for this one, but from what I saw from that line last time out, this horse was sitting on a big one. As mentioned, made the break early and passed several horses in the late going, and it's great to see when a plan works out. A 7-2 winner here, and likely plays a lot higher than that in the multi-leg wagers.
And if you steered some people onto this one in multi-legs, they'll be happy, because I don't think this one's getting a lot of play in the multi-legs. We'll see. But your top pick might have got people to think, I got to use this one just in case, because Case Shooter's got it right here. 5, 3, 2, 1, and Freight Full of Gold. Made a break early last time out, but no break here. Boy, when he started to come, you saw that move, but I also maybe fell asleep on him a little bit because he had so far to come.
Well, this was it, right? I mean, when the half comes up at 59 flat, where the leader got 30 flat through the second quarter, I thought Freight Full of Gold, maybe too far back for this, was likely 10 or 12 lengths back at one point in the early going. So, well, when he kicked it into a pretty good gear on the backside, I felt he was going to reel in those leaders, and it looked really good when turning for home, eh?
Well, and that's the 4-year-old and against with the 3-year-olds, and has had six starts. Didn't race at 3, so is a late developer.
Late bloomer, blooming tonight.
Well, there he is, and in full bloom, ears up. Jason Ryan happy with Freight Full of Gold. It's a 5, 3, 2, 1, and top 4. Sugar, your top 4 were 5, 2, 3, 1. So, what do you know?
Yeah, I just missed. Shucks.
Freight Full of Gold is a 4-year-old Jimmy Freight Bay horse owned by Ed Hayter. Jessica Hayter is the trainer. Jason Ryan, the winning driver. First win for Freight Full of Gold. And out trackside, probably making a bunch of noise, is the Rowdy Seniors group. Hold it down, will ya? Second race payouts 5 freight full of gold. 950, 390, 220, 3 Pursuit of Happiness, 310, 240, 2 Dancing on the Drive, 210, $2 exactor 44.10, dollar try 41.40, dollar super 73.95, $2 double to 1 and 5 31.30. Second race, so we're finished from the top. 432-516. That's 432-516 on the bottom. Field on post parade for race number 3. 1 is Top Dealer, Jason Ryan for John Pentland in Hunt Racing, and the groom is Logan McMurray.
Going to the 3. 3 is up.
Number 3 is Salzburg Gunner, Daryl Cheeson for Gary Murner and Brandon Chireau, and the groom is Emily Ferenzi. Number 4 is Trooper Hanover, Paul McDonnell, drives and trains and owns. Groom is Diana Woods. Number 5 is Laser, Lauren House for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider, and the groom is Eddie Durbridge. Number 6, Jim's First Date, Sammy Filia for Heather Pickett, who's the trainer and part owner, along with R.S. Jewett and John Gray. Rick Pickett, the groom. And 2 is Harbor Light Jimmy Austin, sorry for Kyle Bostons and Ralph Jardine, and the groom is Chad Gorey. It's a field of 6 for race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, you loved Jason Ryan last time out, and you're with Jason here with Top Dealer on this one. I'm with you on this one. John Pentland Training, one that's looking like ready to win again. Has 4 wins in 10 starts on the year. Has some good recent form and gets the inside. I got a funny feeling Jason might be a little closer to the pace with this one this time out.
Yeah, this one has got some pretty good form coming in. 7 of 10 top 3 finishes. And you look down the program lines, London, Grand River Raceway, Woodbine Mohawk Park, even Sarnia, and checks everywhere, right? 2-1 currently. Jason Ryan to come right back. Yes, indeed.
Now, when I say might leave with this one, the 2 most recent wins, one was a front-end win and the other one was from off the pace. So maybe Jason will just decide, looking through this card to see what the plan of attack is. I just don't see a lot of gate speed. I think if Top Dealer wants to blast out, I think he might have a shot to get things set up on the front. But Top Dealer 5-2 on the board. Jason Ryan for John Pentland, looking for a 5th win on the season, and comes in with the most wins this year of any of this group. Others, number 2, Harbor Light Jimmy. Yeah, what did he do wrong last time out?
Got along all right? From off the pace, was circling up and getting the job done in 55-1. Austin Sorey's been doing some pretty good things thus far tonight. Would not surprise me at all to see him into the winner's circle here. And right now, the price, well, it's just awesome. 8-1. I can't believe it.
Now, I should mention that last win was in non-winners at 2 and just being okay, and then dropped down to the maiden class to get that win, whereas a Top Dealer last time out was in a full non-winners at 2 or 30,000 and was competitive, finishing 3rd, and was 2nd in this class 2 starts back. 2nd to Lions Frankie J, who raced really well and went on to win that Flamborough since that start August the 13th. So yeah, you see that comparison. Number 3, Salzburg Gunner, is one that you're loving the East Coast connections. And you know what? That August 20th start here, man, did he look sharp. And then last time out, 7th at the top of the stretch and came on to be beaten just a length.
Yeah, he's just a little bit different on that final turn, right, where he doesn't seem to want to try a whole lot. I mean, that's what it was like on August 20th. Was not really caught in traffic, just didn't really fire on the turn. But when he straightened out, wow, what a big push on the end. 28-3 final quarter to post a new mark of 56-2. And he got even quicker last time out from off the pace. A 155-2, 4th best finish. So I've got all kinds of room for Salzburg Gunner here on my ticket, trained by Gary Murner. Daryl Thiessen staying on to drive. Again, watch this horse fly on the straightaway. I'm not sure what we're going to see on that final turn, but for me, he's a straightaway horse all day.
Well, a PEI bred, $13,000 yearling bred by Norm Hall of Charlottetown.
Right on.
He's
4. A guru when it comes to breeding, Norman Hall.
Well, he's got one here that might be okay. And number 4, Trooper Hanover, Artspeak, a 4-year-old, made a break at Mohawk last time out, but the start before it, a winner in a maiden class at Mohawk in 54.
Yeah, and I loved his victory over Grand River Raceway as well. He does have that early speed factor to work with. His win at the river was from Post 8, where he crossed on over in 27-3 for Paul McDonnell, who does it all, right? Owner, trainer, and driver. Trooper Hanover, the current favorite at 9-5, but he's got some pretty good competition to his left.
And you didn't take Laser because he's not high enough in the odds board. You wait till he gets 28-1, like the last time you scored with him, that last win.
We'll leave him be for another few starts.
Yeah, well, wait till he's 28-1, then come in again and see if you can pull it off again. That was a great one, Laser, 28-1 that you nabbed back there on, let's see, July the 16th. It's a field of 6, race number 3. They're taking up their positions on into the backstretch. Field is wending their way towards the start on this Wednesday evening at the river. Horses gathered in behind the fabricated folding fence. There at the start of the rough, and Laser leaves Trooper Hanover, then Salisbury Gunner, Harbor Light Jimmy, and it is Salisbury Gunner who's out right quickly to grab the lead. Harbor Light Jimmy second, then Laser. Top Dealer is racing fourth in front of Trooper Hanover, and Jim's First Date is trailing Salisbury Gunner at 5-1. Harbor Light Jimmy is second. Laser currently is right now third, about 3 lengths off the lead. The field races their way on towards us, and then fourth on the inside is Top Dealer. Now the field heads up towards the half, and the trailing pair are Trooper Hanover and Jim's First Date, but Salisbury Gunner and Daryl Cheeson off at 28 opening quarter is enjoying the ride on top as they race their way on up towards the half. Salisbury Gunner and Austin Sorey and Harbor Light Jimmy is racing second, then Laser and Lauren House is third. Top Dealer Jason Ryan fourth, 56-3 half, 28-3 second panel. Salisbury Gunner, Harbor Light Jimmy is right there in the pocket. Top Dealer now is starting to deal and is moved up and has taken over third. Laser on the inside fourth, then Trooper Hanover and Jim's First Date. But Salisbury Gunner says, yeah, I want to get some daylight behind me. Salisbury Gunner now leads by about 3.5. Harbor Light Jimmy second, Top Dealer, Laser, Trooper Hanover, and Jim's First Date. Salisbury Gunner, now Harbor Light Jimmy is closing the gap a bit, but it's still about 2.25, now 2.5, 124-3 strong fractions put up by Salisbury Gunner. They turn for home. Salisbury Gunner and Double Barrel Daryl as they come on down the stretch by Salisbury Gunner. A late push from Trooper Hanover. Salisbury Gunner is going to win. Trooper Hanover picks up second, then Harbor Light Jimmy and Jim's First Date. Salisbury Gunner 153-1 goes all the way, and the PEI bred gets her down, Sugar.
He's all right, eh? We mentioned he loves that straightaway. Wow, did he ever kick it in down the backstretch heading towards 3/4? He was tossing 28 flat speed at them through the third, and even swelling up on that final turn to post a very quick final 8th. I mean, he's 28-3 on the end of this 153-1 mile. It's a brand new speed badge for Salisbury Gunner, who's done some pretty good things since coming up from Charlottetown.
Yeah, Norm Hall said to me, how come Sugar didn't take my horse? No, I'm just making that up. But I think you might be a little more...
Nice animal.
Absolutely. And look, one thing I did like, I like when a horse kind of opens up a little bit and makes them chase, because sometimes you let a horse sit right on your back. You might open the door where if you just open it up, then they've got to really work a lot harder to kind of catch you.
Well, we did mention, he didn't seem to be all that antsy to really want a motor when on the turn. So I think what Daryl wanted from him, he got, which was to open up on them prior to 3/4, prior to hitting that final turn. He wanted some cushion, and I think he needed it. I mean, they did get a little closer to him on that final turn, but when he kicked on home again, he was strong through the lane. They weren't going to catch him.
Well, he likes going straight. Nothing wrong with that, and he went pretty quick, 153-1 to get himself a nice career mark now as a 3-year-old coming back in front of us. And it's a 3-4-2-6. We get Trooper Hanover. Took a bunch of money at 8-5.
Yeah, a little bobble at the start took his chances away, but nice recover to be second.
And it's a Salzburg Gunner in front of us, the 3-year-old flame-proof Hanover Bay gelding, trained by Gary Murner, owned by Brandon Giroux, and the breeder, Norm Hall. Might as well throw him in there. And also the groom is Emily Ferenzi. It's a third win this season and a third lifetime. Salzburg Gunner and Double Barrel Darrell guns them down in the third. The third race payout 3 Salzburg Gunner, $13, $473.50. 4 Trooper Hanover, $320, $230. Harborlight Jimmy, $340. $2 exactor, $54.70. Try, $82.20. Dollar Super, $247.45. 20-cent Super, $51.49. And fans, while we have a moment, I'd like to welcome our VIP celebrating tonight on our patio, the Halton Hillbillies, the Guelph Wellington Men's Club, the Sobera Law Derby Group, and, hold it down guys, the Rowdy Seniors. Third race order finish from the top. 6-3-1-2-5-4. That's 6-3-1-2-5-4. Field on post parade for the fourth. One is Odds on Selenium, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Triple S Equine. Lisa Stewart's the groom. Number 2 is I Dream of Jeannie, Semi-Filia for Francis Guillemette, and the owner is Alcina Farms and Melissa Hendricks. The groom is Francis Guillemette. And 3 is J.S. Bet This Lady, Jay Harris, Raphael Barras, and Ron Nopes, and Charles Gazzola. Mary Turcotte Grooming. Number 4 is Emilio Fromage, Travis Cullen for Harry Martin, Laurie Martin, the groom. 5 is Big Nipper, Mike Horner, drives and trains for Doug Wilson and Mark Horner, Subignite Grooming. And number 6, Lola's Sunshine, Lauren House for Scott McNiven. Shares in ownership with Bradley McNiven and Tom Broadhurst and Bradley Douglas. The groom is Kim McNiven. Field of 6, race number 4. Well, let's get a look at this field. And your top one, Emilio Fromage, is one that made a break at Clinton 2 starts back and then needed a flat line at Mohawk last time out. Good final quarter in that one.
Yeah, this mare, daughter of Better Than Cheddar, when she's on her A game, she can usually fire home pretty good. Not a whole lot of early gate speed to work with, but I think she finds a great spot here where she can bounce back to a victory. It's been a while, right, since she's hit the winner's circle. But again, this looks like a great spot to find her best form, maybe a confidence-building win. 8-5 status right now, a favorite, and Travis Henry, or Travis Cullen is going on board for a test driving assignment here. Fitting in well, right?
Enough overall speed, I think, to be a big threat, and fans have figured this one out 3-2. Your top one. And then you went to number 3, J.S. Bet This Lady. Your top 2 are 2 that I didn't use on my pick 5. My top 2, I went 2-5, and you went 4-3, so interested to see how this plays out. We have a different angle on this race, but this is one set up a Raphael Barassa, and I got respect for his barn, and this one was beaten 2 1/4 last time out. It also came close to winning here the last time we saw this one, beaten just a length here.
Right, she's been doing some pretty good things since being claimed and moving over to Rafi's barn. I would love to see her win this, to be honest. I mean, she's an 8-1 price player. She's going to be a big price player throughout the multi-leg wagers. And we've had a pretty good couple of prices in the last couple of dashes for those multi-legs. So should this 3-horse happen to win, upset here in the third, you're going to be looking for some pretty nice pick 5 will pays following the 4th.
Number 2, I Dream of Jeannie. I went to this one on top. 9 wins on the season. Sammy Filia, Francis Guillemette, strong connections. The last 3 races are probably why you opted away, but before that was racing very well.
Yeah, the form was really good up until the month of August, right? Month of August was not too kind to I Dream of Jeannie, so we're into a brand new month. Maybe she's going to churn things around here. Sammy Filion staying on to drive I Dream of Jeannie's just got to find that July form.
Yeah, and even had the win June the 27th, so a win here June 27th, June 11th, but yeah, since it turned to August, she said, I don't like August. I hate August. But maybe she loves September because the fans think that she might like September. Even money on my top 1, I Dream of Jeannie. One odds
I did not see that coming, Gary, to be honest.
Well, Francis gets them turned around. I'm putting all my stock in Sammy and Francis because even though this one struggled up at Georgian Downs, I think the key will be to be put in play really quickly. You look at those 2 starts at Georgian Downs, didn't get off the gate the same way as getting off the gate here. The 2 previous starts here went to the front. Now, one of them tired out badly, but still I think this mare, the game is up front. There's one odds on Selenium, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart. Good at Sarnia 2 races ago, not as much last time out.
Well, Last time she was at the river, Gary, she's firing home in 27-3 for a trip in 53-3. If she could ever find that form on this evening, get a big shot at a victory here. Nick Stewart on board for her brother Ryan Stewart, who does the training.
I went to Big Nipper second, Mike Horner. This is
Yeah.
one that didn't like the trailer post at Clinton, but the start before it was a winner, even though that one was from off the pace. So, I don't know, I'm just taking a shot for Big Nipper to bounce back 7-1.
She's a pretty good closer, Gary. Short field of 6. She would get my beware angle here.
It's a field of 6 for race number 4, and they're on into the backstretch. Gathering speed, approaching the start. Field is at the start of the rough and blasting out quickest of all right now. I Dream of Jeannie with Milieu Fromage. Milieu Fromage and I Dream of Jeannie. They stride together. Odds on Selenium is third. The Jazz Bet This Lady, Big Nipper, and Lola's Sunshine. And now Milieu Fromage, who fell to 2-5 on the boards, got the lead. I Dream of Jeannie is 9-2 on the board, is second. Odds on Selenium is third. They race their way to the opening quarter. Fourth is Jazz Bet This Lady, trailing pair Big Nipper and Lola's Sunshine. And off the turn they come. Milieu Fromage leads as they race their way on up towards the half of it. 27 opening quarter. I Dream of Jeannie is second. Odds on Selenium is third. Jazz Bet This Lady, Big Nipper, Lola Sunshine. Off at 27 quarter. Field heads their way on up towards the half, and Milieu Fromage, heavily favored, has the lead, but I Dream of Jeannie in tow in the pocket. Jazz Bet This Lady on the outside is starting to gain some ground on the outside and is going to move up first over, which keeps I Dream of Jeannie now down on the inside. Odds on Selenium is racing fourth, and then Big Nipper and Lola Sunshine 3 to the inside. Well, correction, 2 to the outside and 4 on the inside now as they race their way on toward 3/4, and it is still Milieu Fromage. I Dream of Jeannie is on the inside second. Backing away, Jazz Bet This Lady. Odds on Selenium is reclaimed third now, 1:24 3 3/4 time. Big Nipper out wide from the backfield and Lola's Sunshine, but Milieu Fromage is leading as the field turns for home and is getting away. Milieu Fromage leads by about 4 or 5 lengths now. Then I Dream of Jeannie and Big Nipper. It's Milieu Fromage who's got this one sewn up and is going to take it. Odds on Selenium scooted up the inside to get second. Then Big Nipper and I Dream of Jeannie. Milieu Fromage, the money came late, 2-5, and then raced like a 2-5 horse should.
Yeah, it was just one of those spots, Gary. For me, she was absolutely popping off the page. The horse players thought the same. They bet her down late again to 2-5. Heavy favorite status. I thought she may have been pacing to a new mark the way she pulled away from them through that final quarter, but her mark being 1:52.4, she's just 1 second off of it there. But Travis Henry got along fine for the homebred, owned and trained by Harry Martin.
Yeah, and then also Odds on Selenium made a nice push late to scoot up the inside. You see it right there, scooting up into that passing lane. I thought Big Nipper was going to end up picking up second, but gets a third, a closing effort from Big Nipper. But Odds on Selenium was 7-1.
Yeah, I got to like that one going forward. I'm going to look forward to seeing her race in London, likely. Trainer Ryan Stewart does quite a bit of racing there in the Forest City of Ontario. So odds on Selenium, one to be looking forward to when our meet gets started up next month.
Yeah, just one win on the season for that Odds on Selenium, but that's a race to get ready for the Western Fair meet. But you know what?
Sure.
Nobody wanted to meet up with Milieu Fromage, and Travis Cullen was able to just get this one out quickly, beat I Dream of Jeannie off the gate, and kept on rolling.
I was surprised to see her leave in there because, like I said, I didn't think she had a whole lot of gate speed, but we saw it tonight, and once she touched down on the lead, she was going to be very tough to go on by. In fact, she just pulled away from them with every stride.
Well, if Travis sends one, he's going to believe, because Travis is not one that just carelessly sends horses that don't belong on the lead.
I agree.
4152, number 4, Amelia Farage, a 7-year-old better than Cheddar Bay mare. Owned and trained by Harry Martin. Travis Cullen, the winning driver. It's the third win for Amelia Farage, taking race number 4, mile of 153 and 4, 13th win lifetime. Fourth race payouts for Amelia Farage to 80, 220, 230. 1 odds on Selenium, 410, 330. 5 Big Nipper, 360. $2 exactor is $7.80. Dollar try, $13.45. Dollar super, $37.25. 20-cent super, $7.45. The fourth race, so we're finished from the top. 2, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5. That's 2, 4, 6, 1, 3, 5 on the bottom. Field on post parade for race number 5. One is LD's Hunter, Travis Cullen for Anthony Beaton and Domain Haven Farm, and the groom is Nicole Stalker. Number 2 is Twin B Alliance, Sammy Filia for Francis DuMichel and Twinbrook Limited. Megan Schmelzer is the groom. And number 3 is Smoothies Light, Damien McClellan for Rubber Kyle Fellows and Jeff McFadden. And the groom is Arlene Gillis. 4 scratched. 5 Bet I Will, Austin Story for Anthony Beaton and Hunt Racing, Abby Eves grooms. Number 7, Benjamin B. Daryl Thiessen for Ken Oliver. The groom is Laura Ireland. And number 8 is Get in Line, Anthony Hunt for Sally Peacock and Ken Peacock. And Ken Peacock is the owner and the groom. It's a field of 6. We had scratches of 4, 6, and 9, so we get a reduced field. And, I see that Conley and Ken Middleton, they love the 1 in here. We both like the 2, Twin B Alliance. It's a tag team, but let's see which way it goes. But Twin B Alliance, we like this one coming in from Mohawk Sugar.
Do too. I mean, we've seen this play out before when a horse comes in from Woodbine Mohawk Park, not showing a whole lot from there, but this one does show miles in 52 and 53, and we've heard from drivers like Tyler Borth back on Industry Day where he mentioned the speed over Woodbine and Mohawk Park, very close to that you'll see at Grand River Raceway. For me, that's what I've gone to, is the speed of Twin B Alliance, getting around Woodbine Mohawk Park in 52 speed. Well, I do like the 1 as well, but that one shows 53, the top end for that one to get around a Woodbine Mohawk Park. So I'm going to chase after this one, trained by Francis DuMichel for Twinbrook Limited. Sammy Filion might be first time Sammy angle here, and I said I was going to go that way going forward.
The 1 LD's Hunter, I think I can see one of the angles playing in for Conley and Ken. This is a 1 that came in from Lexington last race here, off 17 days, and now comes back just 7 days later. We didn't know what we'd get. This one wasn't racing at all at Lexington very well, but then came in here. It was a solid outing, one to build on, and now comes back just 7 days later.
Yeah, Louis got along with him fine to get up for second late. Nice back quarter, 28 and 4. Tonight it's going to be Travis Cullen, catch driving, and there's nothing wrong with Travis on the lines. We just saw him score with Meteor Fromage. So LD's Hunter, I do have pegged as a top 2 player. Did not include her on the end of my pick 5 play, which is coming back pretty good should the 2 horse happen to get the job done.
Yeah, and the thing with the LD's Hunter, it's interesting. Even though last time out left 27-1, just got away third. We know this one can get off the gate. We also see a Mohawk opening quarter at 26-2 to go to the front, but finished up okay. So there's a lot of positives, and those 2 did look to me to be the top 2. Number 3, Smoothies Delight. This is one that we saw race well here in August, and maybe Smoothies Delight says, I don't know why you guys keep talking about the 1 and 2. I'm in here, and I'm 5-1. I think you should look at me.
Well, it does show 55 speed over Grand River Raceway, 56 most recently, and I think that's where the top end reaches thus far in her young racing career. I mean, she's been first and second a pair of times in just 5 career starts, but I just don't think she has the speed right now to deal with the 1 and 2. But you know what? We'll let her try to surprise us here, and it could happen. 4-1, third choice currently.
And that line, August the 20th, second beaten half a length after doing all the work. Salzburg Gunner's the one that beat him, so that's a good measuring stick, And Jim's first date came blasting late to get by Smoothies Delight. Now Smoothies Delight Jim's first date went by a bunch of horses. Smoothies Delight just happened to gain ground, actually move up from 4th to 2nd. But nonetheless, I just think Smoothies Delight might be the one that's getting overlooked in here. And 4-1, I expect a full effort, and I think is capable. Benjamin B is the one that's being your 4th in this field of 6. The one thing with Benjamin B, well, it was post 7. Now it's post 5.
Right, he's tough. We know he's tough. He battled through that final half, 57 and 4 speed on his M. He was up in the double digits for a price. He's a must play in this high five. You must include number 7, Benjamin B. He can live on the outside and just keep on coming.
And then you had to choose between Bet I Will and Get in Line, so you thought maybe the 5 is Bet I Won't, so you went Get in Line to round up the line of 5.
I think you can use 5, 7, or 8, all of them on the end of your high five play here. Austin Sorry, second best with Bet I Will in the latest, and does have the gate blasting speed. We'll see where he can find a seat with this one in the early going.
You know, if you have a field of 6 and you use just 5 and you leave one off, almost guaranteed that one's getting on there somewhere just because.
Right? I'd be wheeling the 2 on top here. That's my ticket.
Well, I'm with you. It's just I do have some fear of LD's Hunter, and then I think Smoothie's Delight is the value at 7-2. We're going to find out the 5th race at the Guelph Wellington Men's Club pace, and horses and geldings. LD's Hunter, Twin Bee Alliance on the inside, Smoothie's Delight, and Bet I Will. And then to the outside, it is Benjamin B. and Get in Line. It's a field of 6. They're all in behind the gate, nearing the start. Field for race number 5 is at the start, and they're off. And Bet I Will is going to drive out with Smoothie's Delight, LD's Hunter, Benjamin B., Twin Bee Alliance, and Get in Line. And right now, grabbing the lead is Bet I Will and Austin Sorry. Smoothie's Delight is second. LD's Hunter. Then it is Benjamin B. Twin Bee Alliance was relaxed off the gate and is second last, and Get in Line is at the back of the line and now popping over from third. LD's Hunter and Travis Cullen hunting for the front. And right now driving up LD's Hunter and Travis Cullen is going to sweep up and get the lead. And Bet I Will right now is racing position second. Then position third, Smoothie's Delight. In front of Benjamin B. Twin Bee Alliance has just one beaten right now, and that is Get in Line. 29 the opening quarter, and the field heads their way on up towards the half, and having some problems on that turn is Twin Bee Alliance is still second last, has moved out. They race their way on towards 3/4 off a half of 58-2, and now Benjamin B. is coming busily on the outside and is buzzing. It is LD's Hunter. Benjamin B. now blasts up and takes over second. On the inside third is Bet I Will. Twin Bee Alliance is racing on the outside fourth, and then Smoothie's Delight and Get in Line. LD's Hunter 3-2 on the board. 3/4, 126-4, and LD's Hunter is opening up a little bit for Travis Cullen and leads, and now Bet I Will on the inside is looking to reclaim second and grab it from Benjamin B. Then Smoothie's Delight and Twin Bee Alliance with a ton of work to do, but LD's Hunter on down the stretch drive. LD's Hunter is cruising. LD's Hunter, no urging required, is going to win. Bet I Will second, then Smoothie's Delight and Benjamin B. The odd numbers, it won 55-2, and LD's Hunter 3-2 the winner, Sugar.
Right on. It's that numbers game coming back there in the 5th. Maiden mark. LD's Hunter. Travis Cullen made the winning move early when this one took control. There was no bidding the Colt Son of Huntsville. My 2, Twin Bee Alliance, didn't really take to the river this evening. Was kind of green on that bottom turn. I'm not sure if you got looking at the gates to exit the track or if you didn't like that bottom turn, but it just wasn't going to happen for Twin Bee Alliance tonight at the river, but it would for LD's Hunter. A nice maiden score there, won quite easily.
Yeah, and Twin Bee Alliance kind of didn't want to get up onto the gate, and just he just didn't want any part of Wednesday night at the river. He said, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like it here. I mean, I know I wasn't racing well at Mohawk, but well, how about I go back there and I'll try harder then." But you know who
he's
didn't?
a good-looking horse, though.
Yeah,
I like his look. Big son of Always Be Mickey. Might be just a little too big for the river.
We'll keep an eye on him. But you know what? LD's Hunter, the river wasn't too big for him because he was able to swim rather nicely. And in fact, there's just Travis just sitting there in the coach seat.
Yeah, and Travis is not done yet. I'm looking forward to his big showdown in the pop-up series final, race number 10 tonight. He will drive. How you play the game versus PL Aussie. Travis in the zone right now, going back to back at the river.
Well, I see him all the time at Flamborough. They have quite a few
Yeah.
horses over there, and he's just he's the quiet assassin. He doesn't say a whole lot, and he doesn't draw much attention. His driving style, the best way to describe his driving style is unnoticeable because he just doesn't draw attention to anything he does, other than it's just all very good and smooth.
Yeah, I've known him for years now. When racing in Alberta, when I was calling out there, I'd visit the barn. A very calm, cool, and collected type fella. Never see him get too worked up about much at all. So it kind of passes on to his horses that he drives. I'm sure the calm, cool, and collected Travis Cullen when sitting behind. Not too much to get nervous about.
It's a 15372 top five, and back in front of us is one LD's Hunter, a 2-year-old Huntsville Bay Colt, owned by Domain Haven Farm. Anthony Beaton, the trainer. Travis Cullen with the double. First win for LD's Hunter. Mile of 155 and 2. The fifth race payouts: 1 LD's Hunter, 510, 270, 240. 5 Bet I Will, 573, 72, 3 rather, Smooth East Light, 280. $2 exactor, 34.50. Dollar try, 43.55. Dollar high five, 200. 47.35. Dollar pick 3, 29.75. Dollar pick 4, 221.65. Dollar pick 5, 960.95. Fifth race, order finish from the top. 153, scratch 2, scratch 4, 6. That's 153, scratch 2, scratch 4, 6.
Alrighty, welcome back, everyone. It's the back half of this Wednesday evening program at Grand River Raceway set to start up, and the back half, including 5 races. So we've got a late pick 5 starting up. Race number 6, opening up as the heavy fave thus far. Number 1, Smiles for Miles, has been doing some really good things for trainer Chantel Mitchell. Sam Fillion, of course, staying on board. Going to be very tough to take down, especially with a rail advantage, right? So without further ado, let's bring up some pick 5 ticket ideas covering races 6 through 10. Let's go. We're on the 1, Smiles for Miles. I mean, this is a must play, and it will likely go away as a heavy favorite. Plan B for me, it's going to be the 4, Devil's Wish. Travis Cullen, pair of wins back-to-back, races 4 and 5. Could he make it 3 straight with Devil's Wish? We'll find out in about 5 minutes or so, right? Race number 7. Guess we've got the 1, 4, and 6. My top selection in there being number 4, Convoy 22. Now I did have 5, Rusty's Bet in play. That one got scratched, so in place of that, I moved in the 1, Southwind Circuit. So 1, 4, and 6 for me. And the 7, again, the top selection there was 4, Convoy 22. Inside in race 8, 1, 2, and 3, my top play. And there's going to be 2, Little Bear Cat, going out for Brett Lester. Second time for Brett Lester there in race number 8. Ninth race. Scratch the 1. So we've got Waiting on a Woman on the rail. There's another live bullet for Travis Cullen this evening. Also including number 3, Shady Memories. 2 and 3 for me, race 9. And on the end of it, it's the Pop-Up Series Final. This is going to be a great race. Number 2, PL Aussie, track record mile over the river in the latest, 150 and 2. Now, how you play the game at a post 3, not showing that 150 speed, though did post a winning mile of 151 flat over Georgian Downs back in early July. So more than capable of going with PL Aussie in there. It's going to be a great showdown, I think, between 2, PL Aussie, 3, How You Played the Game, and 9, Sobble Ace. Another one to think about, Jason Ryan from the trailing spot. I'm Indigo for this late pick 5, 2160. Gary Guy with his best go on the late pick 5 at the river. So Gary, front leg, Smiles for Miles, Ethereum Party, Devil's Wish, 1, 3, and 4. Gary opting to single up one of his favorites here at the river, that being Convoy 22. Nothing but first and second throughout the program lines for that one. Gary singles up for Convoy 22 in the 7th. 2 and 3, Little Bear Cat, Jules Diamond Eyes. His top selection there being number 3 in race 8. Then he's on the 2 and 3, Waiting on a Woman, Shady Memories in the 9th. And he's going to try to get home. PL Aussie is a single in race 10. That Pop-Up Series Final should be a good one. Gary Indigo for just $2.40 on his 20-cent late pick 5 at the river. One more ticket idea to go through here for our good friend Conley Ecclestone. Conley has got a single in play before that, though. We'll look at race 6. He's got 4 of them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that for Connolly. Over to race number 7, he went to 4, Red Dirt, Hot Shot, and 6. Here's the thing. So, kind of not really even close to being on the same page with Conley in race 7. In the 8th race for Conley, race number 8, 2 and 3, Little Bear Cat, Jules Diamond Eyes. So he's on the same page as Gary there. 9th race, he singles up, Waiting on a Woman for Cullen And then 1, 2, and 9. No 3 for Conley on the end. 3 being how you play the game. He's left it off the ticket in the final leg of the pick 5. 1, 2, and 9. Conley in to go for $9.60. This is a really nice late pick 5 sequence at the River. Best of luck to all racing and playing. Give it some thought. Take your best shot.
And fans, we have VIPs celebrating tonight on our patio. The Halton Hillbillies, Guelph Wellington Men's Club, Silvera Law Derby Group, and the Rowdy Seniors making some noise. And we saw the Guelph Wellington Men's Club out in the winner's circle for the 5th race as the field for race number 6 entering the track for the post parade. Field on parade for the 6th. 1 Smiles for Miles. Sammy Filia for Chantel Mitchell and William McKay and David Sherwaddock and Jessica Cross, the groom. Number 2, Hollywood Dale. Jason Ryan for Cassidy Schneider and Frank Shiravolati and Colonel Schneider Jr. The groom is Eddie Durbridge. Number 3, Ethereum Party. Jay Harris for Jacob Roberts and Steve Adams. Jake Roberts is also the groom, along with being the trainer and part owner. For's Devil's Wish, Travis Call for Anthony Beaton and Kevin McKinley and Martin Van Beek and Brendan Carrera. Cindy Rapson grooms. Number 5, Better See the Show. Scott Young for Robert Young and James Rashotsky and Maria Fry is the groom. And number 6, Mel's Legacy. Lauren House for Patrick Bissett and William Brown. The groom is James Johnston. Field of 6, race number 6. Shall we get a look at this field? And, well, Smiles for Miles. Sammy Filia is one that drove this one last time out. And nothing but smiles throughout the race because just cruised.
Yeah, he won quite easy. I go back and I look at the replay. I mean, he's got Connor B in behind him. He's got Devil's Wish sitting in behind Connor B. And neither of those two that were behind Smiles for a Miles could make any headway through the late going. Devil's Wish might be a different horse this evening. Should he be able to follow along behind Smiles for Miles? I mean, Travis has been to the winner's circle twice already tonight. So I think the 4 is the only one that has a slight chance of going by the 1 very late. Smiles for Miles, he's just too good right now.
And Smiles for Miles, 4 starts here, 4 wins in the last 5. The one that wasn't a win, Georgian Downs. So, you know, Chantel, she's sharp. She says, why don't I go back to the river? Because we win there, and we're looking to win again. 1 to 2 on the board. Go ahead.
Her barn has been very sharp, too, at the river in recent weeks. I mean, she's having a good time. She's winning races, and Sammy gets along great with this son of Big Wicked.
Number 4, Devil's Wish. It's Travis Cull and Anthony Beaton. This is one that's got only 2 wins in 22 starts, whereas Smiles for Miles has 6 wins in 27. But you get Travis Cullen, who's rolling, and Devil's Wish, and, well, Anthony Beaton wins a race, you know, every so often, right?
Oh, he does, too. I mean, this horse is a nice animal. He's got the win in 152 and 4 when fronting all the way with Travis Cullen on board. I don't think he cuts this one out. I mean, Smiles for Miles. You got Sammy, who likely times it from the rail and likely cuts this one out again. The only horse I think has a chance of beating the 1 is this 4, Devil's Wish, but it's got to be one of those perfect trips, and Travis would have to stay close and be able to time it late.
And number 2, Hollywood Dale. Well, Jason Ryan made you look smart earlier this evening. And Hollywood Dale, well, you said, I can use Jason again here in my top 3. Now, this is one that was really good last year. Had only 3 starts last year and 103. So far this year, 24 starts and just 1 win.
Yeah, he's a bit of a trip horse. Will want to race up close here. I mean, I'm hoping Devil's Wish can beat him on out of there to ride the pocket, but it's not a gimme of who's going to sit 2 in here. I mean, Travis could blast, make front, but Smiles for Miles not going to take a 2-hole in here. He'd be right back out for some give and go.
Yeah, and this Hollywood Deo, New Jersey bred, that $310,000 yearling that just just hasn't been living up to that status, but still fits in here for a share at 9-1. Although the one that I went to, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just agreeing with you that he's worthy of a top 3 play.
Yeah, don't do that too often. Ethereum Party, Jay Harris for Jacob Roberts, 3 wins on the year. This is one that I think is going to be more than just a bit player. You have this one for 4th, but I used Ethereum Party for 2nd. Now look at last time at Flamborough, parked every step of the way. But before that was racing well and was in non-winners at 3, victorious August 24th at Georgian Downs. So that's a level above this one. I think Ethereum Party, I'm actually afraid that this one has a really good shot to win with this group.
53-3 winner over Georgian Downs. I mean, he's going to have to go the trip of his life to win this race, but he does look very sharp, right on the bit here for Harris, Gary.
I don't think he has to go the trip of his life. I think he's a big danger in here, but we're going to find out. Smiles for Miles is tough to beat, though. And it's a field of 6. Smiles for Miles in Hollywood Dale, Ethereum Party, Devil's Wish to the outside, Better See the Show, and Mel's Legacy, field of 6. Race number 6. Field for the 6th dash. Is at the start of the rough end, digging out. Smiles for Miles, and Sammy timing the gate. Grabs the lead from Devil's Wish and Hollywood Deo. Ethereum Party is 4th away. Then Better See the Show and Mel's Legacy. Smiles for Miles is leading. Devil's Wish is filling the pocket. Smiles for Miles is the 3-5 favorite. Hollywood Deo is 3rd. Ethereum Party is racing 4th and about 6 off the lead. Trailing pair, Better See the Show and Mel's Legacy. 26-4, a solid opening quarter for Smiles for Miles with Devil's Wish in tow in the pocket and in front of Hollywood Deo. Ethereum Party for now is staying on the inside. Then Better See the Show and Mel's Legacy. Off at 26-4 opening quarter. The field works their way, heading up towards the half and fronting the field. Smiles for Miles looks for a second panel breather. Devil's Wish in the pocket. Hollywood Dale. Now from the backfield, Mel's Legacy starts to roll, and popping up from 4th, Ethereum Party now is going to move up. And off a half of 57 and a 30-1 second panel breather. Smiles for Miles. Ethereum Party is coming with force on the outside, wants to be more than just a bit player. It's Ethereum Party. Smiles for Miles as they race their way on towards 3/4. Ethereum Party and Smiles for Miles and Devil's Wish. Then Hollywood Dale, Mel's Legacy, Better See the Show. Ethereum Party leads by about 3 or 4 over Smiles for Miles, and Devil's Wish now pops out. Then Hollywood Dale. And then getting rough, Mel's Legacy, and Better See the Show. Ethereum Party on down the stretch drive, and Ethereum Party is cruising at the finish, romping to victory. Then it'll be Devil's Wish and Hollywood Dale. Smiles for Miles drop back to 4th, 152-3. Ethereum Party. I think you call that a new career best, and a horse that came in, as I mentioned, out of the non-winners of 3 at Georgian and said, I think I'm better than this field.
Right? You called it, and I said it would take the trip of his life to win that race. Well, 52-3, never better. What a big push down the backstretch. We did mention, he was catching our eye, going in behind the gate, right on the bit for Jay Harris. This is a big, big mile. Well done, trainer Jacob Roberts, sharing ownership with Steve Adams. Just couldn't have won any easier. And these exactor try superfecta probably going to be coming back well here. Smiles for Miles just didn't have an answer tonight.
And there it goes to show you the difference in class. Last time out, was in a
Yeah.
non-winners at 3 at Flamborough, was an odds-on favorite, and then got parked every step of the way and looked really racy, just eventually tired from being out and having such a hard go of things. And then non-winners at 3 at Georgian was very competitive. So it's just the class difference. I didn't have the nerve to go over Smiles for Miles because of the way he'd raced here, but I knew that the classification difference, and that's really important as a handicapper to look and say, why was he so dominant here? Well, non-winners at 3 versus a non-winners at 2.
As soon as you brought that up, the fact that he was getting some class relief with this field, I knew I was in the wrong business for not putting him in play for the pick five. This is a big knockout in the opening leg of the pick five, Gary.
Yeah, and look, it was just a case of class, and that's a good handicapping point, and I
Yeah.
should have even remembered myself because the last time this one was in non-winners at 2 at Georgian, won by 5 lengths, so tells you what he thought of non-winners at 2. He just came back down to a level that he can crush, and I should have had a little more faith because 4-1, I went with the 3-5 Smiles for Miles. Although if I was going to be betting, then I wouldn't have gone to 3-5. I'd have gone to my second horse. But
Of course.
woulda, coulda, shoulda. There's Ethereum Party. 4-year-old Stag Party Bay Gelding by Steve Adams and Jacob Roberts. Jacob's also the trainer. Jay Harris, the winning driver. 4th win for Ethereum Party on the season. 5th lifetime. Mile was recorded in 152-3 for Ethereum Party. Sixth race, number 3, Ethereum Party, 10, 25, 10, and 810. 4 Devil's Wish, 450, 632. Hollywood Dale, 880. $2 Exactor, 44.40. $1 Try, 72.15. $1 Super, 124.60. 20-cent Super, 24.92. Sixth race, or we'll finish from the top. 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6. That's 4, 3, 1, 2, 5, 6 on the bottom.
Alrighty, so we are into it. The back half of this Wednesday night program. No luck on the opening leg of a late pick 5. Ethereum Party with the mild upset. Jay Harris on board. Never better. The trip of his life. 152 and 3 to score at 4-1. He's a big knockout. In that opening leg of the pick 5, lots of money would have been on the one. Smiles for Miles, no answer this evening. Devil's Wish was also bet pretty heavy in there. So Ethereum Party, 4-1 winner, but likely plays more like 8 or 10-1 in those multi-leg wagers, I would think, in the opening leg of the pick 5. So let's toss that one aside and take aim at a late pick 4 then. Some ticket ideas coming up for yours truly, Gary Guy and Conley Ecclestone. So for me, the opening leg of the pick 4, we're using 4, Convoy 22. He's going to get played by many. We'll also include the 1, Southwind Circuit, who is fitting in well, Austin Sorey, reuniting with that one. And outside to Lotto Max. Lotto Max putting the blinkers back on. So maybe a beware try for number 6, Lotto Max here. My top selections in here, 4, 1, 6, and 3. But using 3 of them, 1, 4, and 6 to open up this late pick 4. Inside to Easy Breezy Beautiful, Little Beer Cat, and Jules Diamond's Eyes, 1, 2, and 3 in race 8. The 9th race, back to the inside with the scratch of 1. We're on number 2, Waiting on a Woman, and Shady Memories, 2 and 3. And that pop-up series final, really looking forward to it. PL Aussie, How You Play the Game, Sobble Ace. 2 and 3 on gate. The 9 is trailing out. Should be a good one. $10.80 on my 20-cent ticket idea for this, the late pick 4 at the river. Gary Guy, what does he have in store for us? Well, he's got a single to start things up. One of his favorites, I know it. Convoy 22, almost perfect throughout the program lines. 5 victories in 3 seconds throughout his charted lines. A win tonight would put him in victory lane 10 times from 21 starts this season. Many of those wins right here at the river. 8th race for Gary, his top selection there. Number 3, Jules Diamond Eyes, including number 2, Little Beer Cat. 9th race for Gary, the inside 2, Waiting on a Woman, and Shady Memories. Again, the 1 has scratched from the 9th. And Gary living with that single, PL Aussie, in the pop-up series final. 80 cents. 20-cent play for the late pick 4. You can play it for $1. It would cost you $4 even. And one more ticket to look at, friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Let's go. 7th race for Conley. He's on the 4, Convoy 22. And then he goes outside to 6. A Lotto Max. 8th race on 2. A Little Beer Cat, as well as 3, Jules Diamond Eyes. Conley opting to single up the Waiting on a Woman. Rail advantage now with the post 2. Moving to the rail with the scratch of number 1. So for Team Cullen, Waiting on a Woman, a single for Conley in race 9. And on the end of it, Prestige Sealster with the rail. PL Aussie next door for the trailing spot. Sobble Ace. No 3 for Conley in race number 10. He's in to go for $2.40. And if you want to play this ticket idea for $1 play, it would cost you $12 even to go along with Conley Ecclestone. That's a look at some late pick 4 ticket ideas. Best of luck if you're coming along for the ride or coming up with your own late pick 4 tickets here. A little over a minute to post time.
On post parade, one is Southwind Circuit, Austin Sorry for Kyle Bossens and Henson Wong, and the groom is Kirk Harnett. Number 2 is Trinidad, Jason Ryan for Richard Leroux with Train Zones, and is the groom. Number 3 is Larjon Levi, Lauren House for Patrick Bissett. The owner is Larry Lane, and the groom is Dan Dupuis. Number 4 is Convoy 22, Damien McClellan for Kyle Bossens and going for Broke Stable. Kyle shares in ownership. The groom's Kirk Harnett, and also helping out is Nolan Udavashar. Great ringtone, by the way. 5 is scratched, and number 6 is Lotto Max. And the groom is Lisa Fritz. It's Anthony Hahn driving for Dale Fritz and Edward Aitchison. Field of 5 for race number 7. And, well, let's get a look at this field. You know who we should look at first? I think we should go with Convoy 22, Sugar.
Big Convoy. And I have to agree, Gary, great ringtone. Convoy 22. I know he's one of your favorites. Has to be, right? He's a 9-time winner this season from just 20 starts, and I know you've called many of those victories. He loves the river, and he's just very sharp, but he's tough to go against, right?
Yeah, and, well, it's just that he's just been so competitive. Now, look, I mean, Highland Hot Sauce pulled a big shocker last time out. But,
Ooh, did he ever?
But still, you know, Convoy 22 is just a well that you can go to often because he just gets the job done. 9 wins in 20, and he was one that was good last year. Lighter raced as a 3-year-old, only 8 starts, but once he finally got rolling in the 4-year-old campaign, Kyle Bossens has himself a real fine animal. Now, number 6, Lotto Max. He's one that got the better of Convoy 22 and back-to-back starts back in July, but since then, Convoy 22 has been getting some revenge, although last time Highland Hot Sauce the better, as I mentioned. But Lotto Max is my second choice, yours, and you know, just with just the right trip, he has enough. He could be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, it's a field of 5 now, so he moves in a spot. I think he's got to leave, so I don't know if he's going to cut it, but he's going to be racing up close. Price is fantastic right now. I mean, one of the highest prices he's had since mid-July in Allura. So for me, the blinkers going on and a nice post to leave from, I've got all kinds of room for Lotto Max in this ticket.
Now, one thing in the last race should remind us with that winner coming in from Georgian Downs, non-winners at 3. Southwind Circuit, August the 17th, post 9, blasted to the front, and was able to go all the way on top against the non-winners at 3. And then look at it again last time out, had post 9 again and blasted out. Now, eventually that got the better of him. But, you know, post 9 on the 5/8 track, they go 9 wide on the gate. That's tough doing. But now the inside, so Southwind Circuit could be electrified here from post position 1. And, you know, Austin Sorry once in a while sends a horse.
Does he ever, right? I mean, when this 5 got scratched, I wanted to replace him with the rail horse, Southwind Circuit. So we did on the multi-leg wagers. I go back and I look at those replays. As you mentioned, post 9 at Georgian, tough post to overcome, but this one was sailing right to the top. Great gated, the son of Better's Delight. Just needs a little more speed on the end of his miles, you know, to deal with the likes of Convoy 22 and Lotto Max, who are both capable of flashing 27 speed on the end. But Austin Sorry reuniting with this horse, and this horse got put away following Austin's last drive on him early February, got put away to freshen up for a few months, and now he's back, and he's fresh, and he's all set for a pretty good run here this evening, I think.
You know who I thought we were going to get a big year out of was Larjon Levi. Won 8 times last year in 19 starts. Had that big win back here early in the meet in 51-4. But only 2 wins on the year. Larjon Levi has left a bit to be desired, although did score a win here 2 back, but that was just 55-1. Nonetheless, Larjon Levi, 7-2. He's capable, but we just need to see it more often.
last year he got to the winner's circle 8 times. Like I said, he won many of those at Grand River Raceway. This season, though, Gary, for me, it appears he's a bit of a trip horse. Like if he can catch them sleeping after some hot fractions, he's got a nice push. Speaking of looking great going to the gate, how about this Trinidad? Now it's been a while between starts, but looking very sharp here for Jason Ryan.
Hey, man, you can't love them all, Trinidad.
I know.
Jason Ryan. You're loving some Jason Ryan action at 14-1. This
Wow.
seventh race, the Sobera Law Derby pace, and we'll see if Convoy 22 can lay down the law. It's a field of 5. Southwind Circuit, Trinidad in the center, Largent Levi to the outside, Convoy 22, Lotto Max. The Bills make me want to shout. Field of 5, race number 7. Field for the 7th race is at the start of the rough. Lotto Max is out with a lot of early pace, and then Convoy 22, Southwind Circuit, and Trinidad, Largent Levi, not leaving, is back trailing the field, and Lotto Max with the lead, but now Convoy 22 is going to sweep up around Lotto Max, and Convoy 22 will have the lead. Lotto Max will graciously accept a pocket ride on the back of the 3-5 Convoy 22. Southwind Circuit is plugged in third as they race their way off the turn. Then it is back further to Trinidad, and trailing the field as they race their way on past us is Largent Levi. 26-2, a solid opening quarter. Convoy 22 with a fry. Lotto Max is racing second, biding time now in the pocket, and Southwind Circuit third. Off that 26-2 opening quarter, field heads up towards the half. The trailing pair of Trinidad and Largent Levi. Convoy 22. 54-4, leading a Lotto Max, who is 5-1. Southwind Circuit now is going to come to the outside and is moving, racing on the outside third. Convoy 22, Lotto Max, Southwind Circuit now is bursting onto the scene. Southwind Circuit now has moved up and is taken over second off a half of 54-4. They race on by 3/4. Convoy 22, Southwind Circuit 123-3. Lotto Max is third and is still staying on the back of Convoy 22. Convoy 22 right now has to deal with Southwind Circuit. They're going at it. Lotto Max behind those two. And then it is Largent Levi and Trinidad. And they come on down the stretch drive. Southwind Circuit trying to wear down Convoy 22. Southwind Circuit on the outside. Convoy 22 on the inside. Which one will it be? It is close, but Convoy 22 turns back Southwind Circuit. Trinidad came up to get third, then Lotto Max. Convoy 22 got tested, but was game 152-4, Sugar.
Yeah, very, very stubborn on the lead. He's so good, right? And so versatile. We've seen him win from off the pace, and tonight he goes all in early, right? Like 26-2 to open it up, and even down to the half, 54-4. Tossing 28-4 speed at them through the third, and that's when Southwind Circuit got underway, and it appeared like he was going to keep on coming, but all kinds of fight, all kinds of heart for Convoy 22, who wins again. Now a 10-time winner from 21 outings in this 2025 season. Man, those victories right there at the river.
Yeah, and I mean, he could have been vulnerable, but it's just he's too much racehorse, and Southwind Circuit had things set up. And look, Southwind Circuit, that was a nice big burst of speed to get up, and I said, beware of this horse coming in from Georgian Downs, but just couldn't get by the gameness. And Damien McClellan, had to go to work and keep this one alive. But look at he's just digging in. He's just better. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. He's just so tough, and we picked up Trinidad looking very sharp behind the gate. That's a nice return race. He went away as the longest shot at 14-1. Trinidad, next time out, wherever he shows up, I got a big circle waiting for him.
Yeah, awful lot of time, and yet you do see this one flashing 52 at Mohawk, and Trinidad is one that I don't think you're going to be seeing anywhere close to 14-1. This will be a single digits horse next time out.
Right. Yeah, no shot. Like I said, great return race, and Trinidad just a lightly raced, a 3-year-old colt son of Lazarus. owned and trained by Richard Leroux of Hamilton. We'll look forward to seeing him again, but always good to see Convoy 22 on his way back to a winner's circle.
Well, we love to see a really good race where two horses hook up and both of them had a full shot
Yeah,
at it, and it was really just a case of which one of them was better, and we're looking at the one that was better.
that's right. I mean, nothing comes easy, it seems, for this horse. He's got to fight for everything he gets, and he was tested, like you said, again tonight. Time to smile for a picture.
I think he passed the test.
Yeah.
Number 4, Convoy 22, 4-year-old Better Than Cheddar Bay, gelding by Going for Broke Stable and Kyle Bossens. Kyle's also the trainer. Damien McClellan, the winning driver. 10th win in 21 starts in the season. 12th win lifetime. And the group from Sobara Law Derby is out trackside. Seventh race for Convoy 22. 350 to 42.10. 1 Southwind Circuit, 280 to 42 Trinidad, 470. $2 exactor, $7.10. Dollar try, $17.20. Dollar super, $29.50. 20-cent super, $5.90. Seventh race order finish from the top. 2, 3, 5, 1, scratch 4. That's 2, 3, 5, 1, scratch 4 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the 8th race. 1, easy, breezy, beautiful semi-filia for Phil Coleman, and the groom is Linda Coleman. Number 2, Little Bearcat, Daryl Thiessen for Brett Lester and Michelle Letarte, and the groom is Tristan Forgey. Number 3 is Jewels, Diamond Eyes, Austin Sorry for Brett Lester and Rebecca Williamson. The groom is Eve LaRoche. And number 4 is Red Dirt Hotshot, Jason Ryan for Jacob Roberts and Russ Ellis, and the groom is Brittany Roberts. Number 5, Nasty Reputation. Gary Rive drives and trains and partners with Ashley and Matthew Rive Bohenick, Marty Bohenick, the groom. And number 6 is Here's the Thing, Damian McClellan for Kevin Stevens, who's the trainer and groom and part owner, along with Nicole Loeffler. It is a field of 6, race number 8, number 2, Little Bearcat. Not necessarily a Bearcat at Mohawk last race, although good until late in the mile, but raced very well at Rito just the start before it. Your top one, Double Barrel Daryl for Brett Lester, 4-5, getting a lot of love, Sugar.
Yeah, I'm going to stay hard on this one. 4-5, favorite status. Second time trainer Brett Lester angle for me. Daryl Thiessen loves to put them in play. I'm not sure if this mare's got any kind of gate speed. She did show being on top at 27 flat at Rito, but yeah, I don't think she's got that big gate push, but likely to sit in the front half of the field.
Yeah, and look at this is one that we've seen race from a little bit off the pace and score wins. And July was really nice for Little Bearcat. Had 3 wins, then kind of fell off. But that one at Rito Carlton, August the 20th, the second before, then changing hands for Brett Lester. And so Little Bearcat, Double Barrel Daryl. This is one that has some back class, 200,000. How about number 3, Jules Diamond Eyes is one that, look, 19 out of 31 in the top 3. Also sent up by Brett Lester. And Jules Diamond Eyes, Brett looks like he's got the 2 best ones in here.
Yeah, what a turnaround for this mare versus 2024 season where she went winless. And this season, 4 trips to victory lane. And as you mentioned, like it's 15 of 31, top 3 finishes, doubled up on her earnings from last year. So a really good turnaround for this mare in 2025.
Been a while since winning, though. I mean, you look down on the page. We
Right.
go back into the middle of July. We don't see a win, but 4 on the year. So it might be time for Jules Diamond Eyes. And the last race in Hanover, again, don't look at 201. Hanover has not been yielding quick times. You do see this one racing a 55 and 2 mile here, August the 27th. And, that was in an 8-claimer, which actually it was in the straight 8-claimer, not the winner's under. So that's another thing why I went to Jules Diamond Eyes on top. Although, look, Little Bearcat's the same thing, came out of an 8-claimer at Mohawk, and before that, 85. So neither one of them are, they're both dropping in for this one that's a non-winner's version. So that's why I think they both stand out. 5-1, I like that price to take a shot against the 4-5 horse. Number 4, Red Dirt Hot Shot comes in with some 201 action at Hanover, and again, look at came over here instead in 57, and that was from post 8, and that one was the first start of the year off a long layoff. Red Dirt Hot Shot maybe is a sleeper, 6-1.
I think you've talked me into believing this one is a sleeper in here. I mean, we mentioned Hanover's not a real quick half miler in Ontario. 4th start back off an extended layoff. I think we can all expect to see a whole lot more from this one. I guess we can peg this one as a beware type in here, Gary.
Well, and look, she earned more than $1,000 a start last year. I often like looking at earnings per start. So if you look at your Little Bearcat, this is one that earned just a little more than $1,000 a start. But actually, per start, Red Dirt Hot Shot earned more last year than this one. And this is one that's just getting going now, so we'll see. Number 5, Nasty Reputation, is one that at least shows some improving signs. But, boy, it's been light this year for Nasty Reputation. Was a good earner last year.
Yeah, it's been a while between drinks as far as wins go. I don't know. It's a tough spot for this one. Longest shot on the board, deservedly so. But a top 4 finish to end the superfecta would not be a big surprise.
I threw Easy Breezy Beautiful in for 3rd. I should just mention I went down to the inside. Sammy Filia driving, but I think after the first couple, to me, it's wide open, and the top board has gone to those 2. But Little Bearcat, your top one is 4-5, and I'm on 3, Jules Diamond Eyes at 3-1. It's Easy Breezy Beautiful, Little Bearcat in the center, Jules Diamond Eyes, and Red Dirt Hot Shot to the outside, Nasty Reputation. And here's the thing. Let's go. Field of 6 for the 8th race. All up on the gate. there at the start of the rough, and here's the thing is going to blast out. And then Easy Breezy Beautiful on the inside. Those are the top two. Little Bearcat, Jules Diamond Eyes, Red Dirt Hotshot, Nasty Reputation is back trailing the field as they work their way on around the turn. Here's the thing at 13-1 now. Relents as Easy Breezy Beautiful is going to press on through from the inside. Easy Breezy Beautiful and Semi-Filia breezes out now and has got a lead of a length and 3/4. Here's the thing is second. Now Little Bearcat comes quickly and wants to force the issue. Little Bearcat is coming. Semi-Filia looks over his right shoulder and can see Little Bearcat driving on the outside and doesn't want to tackle him right now. Will accept the pocket as Little Bearcat clears to the front before the turn. Easy Breezy Beautiful is second. Here's the thing is third. Then racing on the inside, Jules Diamond Eyes is fourth. Then working on the outside is Red Dirt Hotshot and Nasty Reputation. 56 2/2 at 29-second panel, and they work their way on down the backstretch, and it's Little Bearcat, Easy Breezy Beautiful, and now Red Dirt Hotshot on the outside is moving up. Red Dirt Hotshot at 12-1 wants to try to take down the 3-5 Little Bearcat off that half of 56 2. Little Bearcat, as they work their way to 3/4, Red Dirt Hotshot, Easy Breezy Beautiful, Nasty Reputation, and here's the thing, and Jules Diamond Eyes is trailing the field. But it is Little Bearcat as the field turns for home. Little Bearcat 3-5 is still racing well. Easy Breezy Beautiful on the inside. Red Dirt Hotshot, Nasty Reputation, Jules Diamond Eyes with a late push on down the stretch route they come. Little Bearcat continues on. Little Bearcat was a big Bearcat and wins it. Then Jules Diamond Eyes comes on to split the defense and pick up a second. Easy Breezy Beautiful, Red Dirt Hotshot, and Little Bearcat just too much for this field sugar.
Yeah, winning move, just following the quarter without a tussle, right? Took control for Daryl Thiessen, and at that point, it was going to be tough for any of them to get close to her. Got to give it up for Jules Diamond Eyes, though, because you called her last of all going into the final turn. So she made up some ground, made something happen after trailing the field into the final turn, got up for a big deuce.
Yeah, and then Brett Lester gets the top two spots. So Brett's got to be happy with how his two horses race. So he gets the Little Bearcat and Jules Diamond Eyes. We thought those were the top two, but it was a while coming for Jules Diamond Eyes. Whereas Little Bearcat, man, he just was the best, and that was clear.
Yeah, they just couldn't get close, right? I mean, maybe if Jules Diamond Eyes would have been able to work out a trip up close in there, might have gave that one a pretty good run in the late going. But from where she came from, to get what she got was huge. But yeah, they weren't beating Little Bearcat this evening on that trip.
Easy Breezy Beautiful took some money, 5-1, raced well, got that pocket ride, and only gave up one spot to finish third, so it was a solid outing for Easy Breezy Beautiful, and maybe one to go forward on. Was a winner here, just two back, but that was in this bottom class.
Yeah, I was reading up on that little horse. Casey Coleman had a column there on Harness Racing Update. She actually went and got that horse for her parents, now still owned and trained by her dad, Phil Coleman. So Easy Breezy Beautiful, great showing there for third.
Yeah, he's had this one for a long time, and you got to remember these guys. They love their horses. They're more than just the racehorse.
Sure do.
They're a member of the family, and there's one that Brett Lester is glad he's got this one in his family now. Little Bearcat, an 8-year-old Tigerama Bay mare, owned by Michelle Letarte. Brett Lester is the trainer. Daryl Thiessen with the winning drive, and it's the 5th win for Little Bearcat and the groom Tristan Forgey. Eighth race. Number 2, Little Bearcat, 330, 230, 210. 3 Jewels, Diamond Eyes, 280, 220. 1 Easy Breezy, Beautiful, 280. $2 Exactor, 690. $1 Try, 670. $1 Super, 1420. 20-cent Super, 284. Eighth race, order of finish from the top. 312 456. That's 312 456. For the 9th race is on post parade. 1 scratch to Waiting on a Woman. Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and Ron Cullen, and Travis shares in ownership. Jody Cullen, the groom. Number 3 is Shady Memories. Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Noah Stewart, and Lisa Stewart shares in ownership and is grooming. 4 is Pretty Missy May. Daryl Cheeson for Ken Middleton Jr. and James Grant. Tanya Middleton, the groom. Number 5, Lisa's All In. Jay Harris for Courtney Robson, who is the trainer and owner and the groom. And number 6, Stilton Gold. Austin Sorry for Harry Martin, and the groom is Michelle Scarborough. Field 5 for the 9th race, a compact field. We're going to start with 2, Waiting on a Woman, and the fans aren't waiting to back this one. They have plowed the money in. 1-5 is Travis Cullen looks for the driving hat trick.
Should be okay here, especially now inheriting the rail. The one came out, so rail advantage for this one at the river. It's been pretty good to her. You know, she's got the win about 5 back, and then she's got the deuce in behind that, showing 54 and 55 speed, which could be good enough to win this race. A 1-5 favorite, likely deservedly so. Cullen gets a great shot at taking down the final 2 races tonight, in my opinion.
This is the 6th post 1 in 9 starts. Waiting a Woman knows how to get the post position draw, and 8-time winner of the year. 1-5 is probably going to stay down below even money. 1-5, but if it's going to be 1-5, I'd shop elsewhere, and I'd be willing to shop for one that's coming in with 3 wins and a second in the past 4, namely 3 Shady Memories.
Yes, indeed. Shady Memories, likely to find a spot up close in here. And she's got some pretty good final quarter speed there to work with as well. She's showing 29 and change in 3 of those last 4 outings. She'd be another 10-time winner this season. Just a really nice run for this mare. She's almost $10,000 in earnings above last season. So really a breakout year for Shady Memories. 27-time winner, looking to add to that total this evening.
And 10 this season. And certainly Shady Memories has the gate speed. If Waiting on a Woman's not going to blast to the front, and all of those post 1s did not grab the lead in any of the ones on the page, was either second or third, so left enough just to be strategically close. Shady Memories might be blasting for Nick Stewart. And with a field of 5, just could get left alone on the lead long enough to maybe back things off and go all the way. Because sometimes in these compact fields, the game is whoever gets to the front, because nobody wants to pull on a field of 5, and you kind of get the things handed to you. We'll see if it goes that way. Number 4, Pretty Missy May. Well, Ken Middleton Jr. and Daryl Thiessen teaming up, and this is one that did not fare well in the last couple races, but just before that was racing quite well.
Yeah, and Daryl does know her well down at the bottom of the program lines. He was on board this one. She's got a big gate push. But I like her better off a helmet. I think Daryl's best chance is just to, take it easy off the wings and settle into maybe sit 3rd or 4th in the early going and give it a good shot on the end of it. I think you're right. I think a leader is going to get some nice, easy fractions up front and a big sprint home, in my opinion.
Yeah, and by the way, a claim entered 5. Lisa's All In, claim entered on the 5. But for Pretty Missy May, I just don't think the front is her game, because if you look at that 2 races ago at Mohawk, at Georgian, that didn't work out. But Pretty Missy May, with the right trip, double-barreled Daryl can get Pretty Missy May home. One more. How about 5 Lisa's All In, and now that the claim is in? And look at that last start at Mohawk. That was pretty fine.
Pretty fine indeed. Was trying to steal one on the lead. Just missed, finishing second best at 27-1 with Travis Henry up. Jay Harris gets the call. He's been on this one before. If you want to look down through the lines there, late July was finishing 3rd with some good closing speed. And she could be worth a look with these.
Yeah, just one win in 29 this year, so has been a little photo shy, but with the claim in, is 12 out of 29 in the top three, so Lisa's All In is going to at least be an all-go claims in. We got scratches of the 1 and 7, so it's a field of 5, and the money has come for Waiting on a Woman, Sugar, 3 to 5.
Yeah, she got to be the one to beat, right? She's got the class edge on them for sure.
It's Waiting on a Woman and Shady Memories on the inside. Pretty Missy May in the center. To the outside, Lisa's All In and Stilton Gold. The ninth race, the Halton Hillbillies Pace. Let's see which one's able to get her done. Field for the ninth race is at the start of the rough end. Stilton Gold is going to blast out early, and then Lisa's All In, Shady Memories, and Waiting on a Woman is fourth away. Pretty Missy May relaxed away to trail the field. Stilton Gold is able to grab the early lead. Shady Memories is second. Lisa's All In is third. Then Waiting on a Woman and Pretty Missy May. Stilton Gold with the lead as they race on around the turn. Shady Memories is racing second, but is about 2 lengths back right now. Stilton Gold at 15 to 1 is the leader as they race past that quarter of 27 and 2. Shady Memories at 9 to 1 is second. Then Lisa's All In. Waiting on a Woman, the 1 to 5 horse right now. Travis Cullen still waiting to pull Waiting on a Woman, and not waiting any longer, is going to pop to the outside right now. And then trailing is Pretty Missy May off at 27 and 2 opening quarter. They work their way on up towards the half, and Stilton Gold's got the lead. Waiting on a Woman on the outside is moving and getting a little closer with every stride. Now is moved up on the outside and taken second half of 56 and 4. Shady Memories on the inside, still on the back of Stilton Gold. Pretty Missy May has passed the trailer. Lisa's All In, and they head their way toward three quarters. And it is Stilton Gold who leads as they head on to three quarters with Waiting on a Woman. The heavy favorite still has work to do. Stilton Gold at 15 to 1. That lead is about a half a length right now. Three quarters, 125 and 2. And Waiting on a Woman just keeps grinding on the outside, and look at it wear down Stilton Gold. Waiting on a Woman, Travis Cullen giving this one a lot of urging because Stilton Gold hasn't thrown in the towel. And Shady Memories third, then Lisa's All In, and back to Pretty Missy May. On down the stretch round they come. Waiting on a Woman, and Stilton Gold hasn't gone away. Waiting on a Woman, Stilton Gold as they come to the finish. Waiting on a Woman, Stilton Gold, I believe, held on. Waiting on a Woman's on the outside. Shady Memories and Lisa's All In. 154 and 4, a photo finish. And regardless the outcome of the photo, Stilton Gold just kept on hanging around. And I was waiting for that one to pack it in, and the packing it in just never came.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who got there. I mean, the slow-mo always gives us a better idea on revealing the winner. Stilton Gold, been a long time since this one has been in the winner's circle. She's just a two-time winner.
I think
both of her victories came as a 2-year-old.
I think she held on, but it's just. I mean,
it's
it's close
tight
enough to be uncertain, but I believe that the 6 held on Stilton Gold. But regardless, I mean, geez, just a horse that's 15 to 1 gets sent out the lead like that, and Waiting on a Woman was grinding, and I just thought, okay, she's going to go on by, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't think it happened. I don't think she went by. We're going to see in a second. I'm kind of calling my shot, but I thought did not get by.
I think you're right. I think the 6 holds on as the longest shot on the board. And you know what? If she is a winner here, she's dropping her light best by something like 7 seconds. And her full sister, a winner earlier, right? This is a full sister to Amelia Fromage.
Oh, well, it's a family affair. 15 to 1 takes down 1 to 5. That'll impact those pick 5 and pick 4 tickets
big
quite
time.
A bit. But
yeah, big time. Harry Martin, homebreds, right? Both of them. Amelia Fromage, Stilton Gold. He's the owner, trainer, and breeder of both. So well done, Harry Martin tonight from Hanover.
We talked about the 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this better than Cheddar Mare. She's like, You guys are upsetting me. Like I got to tell you, I'm gonna show you something.
Oh, she kind of flew under the radar for many, many. I mean, she's not on a lot of multi-leg tickets, I can assure you.
And didn't do much of anything at Flamborough last time out. But the start before it actually was okay here, so came right back here and said, I could
Yeah.
be better than okay. I'm going to win here. Forget that Flamborough start. It's 6235 Stilton Gold. A 4-year-old better than Cheddar Bay mare, owned and trained by Harry Martin. Austin Sorry. It's the first win in 2 seasons. Third win lifetime for Stilton Gold. And out trackside will be the Halton Hillbillies. They're out trackside with Stilton Gold as she was able to get her done. By the way, just another mention that the groom on Stilton Gold, Michelle Scarborough. Ninth race payout 6 Stilton Gold. 32, 30, 570, and 350. 2 Waiting on a Woman, 210, 210. 3 Shady Memories, 250. $2 Exactor, $137. Dollar Tribe, $141. Dollar Super, 250, 15. 20-cent Super, 50.03. Ninth race, so we're finished from the top. So scratch 23541 scratch. That's scratch 23541 scratch in the bottom. Field for the 10th on parade. 1, Prestige Sealster, Daryl Thiessen for Lindsay Kerr and Sally Charlton. And the groom is Zoe Mayhew.
Going to the 3. 3 is up.
Number 3 is How You Play the Game. Travis Cullen for Jody Cullen and David Snowden. And the groom is Marshall Staples. Number 4 is Sports Sense. Austin Sorey for Mitchell Tierney and Robert Dion. And the groom is Pamela Murphy. 5 is scratched. There is number 6, Instantaneous. Jay Harris for Amanda Riley and Vincenzo Strangis. And the groom is Yvette Gallant. Number 7 is Ideal Perception. Anthony Hahn for Anthony Beaton and Lisa Lafort. And Kimmy Pock is the groom.
Going to the 9. 9's up.
9 is Sobble Ace. Jason Ryan for Otis Holland, Sobble Hill Farms, and Necessita Racing. And the groom is Sean Dunnett.
Going to the 8. 8's up.
8 is Artie's Ideal. Damian McClellan for Robert Kyle Fellows and Hutt Racing. Anna Faber, the groom.
Going to the 2.
And number 2 joining us is PL Aussie. Sammy Filia for Amanda Riley and Bryn Campbell and Barry McLennan. And the groom is Tom Riley. It is a field of 8 for race number 10. Scratched is 5, Keystone Dakota. The race we've been waiting for, Sugar, and I want to see what PL Aussie can do here. 1 to 9 on the board. The fans have come hard for PL Aussie. Well, why not? 1 by 11.5 in 150 and 2. Last him out in 50 and 1 at Kawartha of the start before it. On fire.
He is on fire. He is real good, but he has not faced How You Play the Game in this pop-up series. I'll go back to a couple of weeks ago when I said How You Play the Game could sweep this series. I'm not sure he can take down PL Aussie, but he's going to try to stay close. And a win by the 2 would not surprise me. But PL Aussie, the horse players are, as you mentioned, heavy on this one right now. And why not? 150 and 1 track record at Kawartha, 150 and 2 track record at Grand River Raceway. So the form is very good. He's been winning quite easily. Like his chances, dislike the price. I can't get behind him at 1 to 9. So for that reason, I'd be looking elsewhere and finding a decent win price with either 3 or 9.
If you could freeze the odds board right now, you'd run to the bank to bet How You Play the Game at 11 to 1 because the
100%,
gap between
I'd put $100 on him.
Yeah, well, if I had your money, I'd put 300 on him. But How You Play the Game is, well, it's all the Maritime money. You've been saving it up. How You Play the Game off of 3 consecutive wins. And how will Travis Cullen play this game? Because I think PL Aussie is going to be blasting. And I don't know, Prestige Sealster, I imagine Daryl Thiessen's going to say, I want to try to get out on the back of PL Aussie. So that's the one thing I'm worried about How You Play the Game is exactly how he'll play.
Well, here's the thing. What pops for me is that 151 win at Georgian Downs that he shows on the program page. So I thought so much of it that I went back and watched that replay. And he sat 2 throughout. And Travis Cullen, being the patient man that he is, he just kept him along for the ride. And when the right moment hit, midway through the final turn, he asked for some go. And How You Play the Game responded and drew off quite easily to win 151 flat at Georgian. Yeah. So for me, and from what you've been saying most of the summer, 151 at Georgian's got to be a 150 and change mile at Grand River Raceway all day long.
Yeah, there's a second at least difference. The thing is, I just believe that Prestige Sealster, Daryl will have this one fired up and fill the pocket, and then How You Play the Game may have to tuck in third if Sobble Ace isn't right up tight, and Sobble Ace can get off the gate. That's the problem is just How You Play the Game needs to find the right seat, and I'm not sure if that's going to come for him. Look, Sobble Ace, I might as well mention it because Sobble Ace, trailer post, This is one that's coming in off of a win here, a pretty handy, now 54, but also was in Kawartha, second to PL Aussie, 150-4. Got a pocket trip in that one at Kawartha in behind PL Aussie. No threat to go by him, but was able to finish second.
Yeah, another one holding down some pretty good odds, 15-1, inflated, of course, due to the 1-9 action on number 2, PL Aussie. He's a top 3 threat all day in here. Sobble Ace is a better horse than the one that leaves ahead of him, Prestige Sealster. He's shown it throughout his career, and starter calls them in. I'm all set for a big throwdown in this pop-up series final, Gary.
Yeah, and I believe Prestige Sealster can get the pocket trip. Runner-up finishes, runner-up to PL Aussie last time out. Ideal Perception, normally we love this horse. Just might not fit for him, but, he's a classy one.
Nice horse. Very tough post with all kinds of speed to his left. I can't see him working out a trip here.
It's a field of 8. Prestige Sealster, PL Aussie. How you play the game on the inside. Sports Sense and Instantaneous to the outside Ideal Perception and Artie's Ideal. The second tier Sobble Ace. Pop-up series final. Caretaker night here at the Downs as we are wending our way towards the final dash on this Wednesday evening. And the field is at the start and the rough, and PL Aussie is going to blast out. Prestige Sealster is going to try to fill the pocket, and Ideal Perception is still working on the outside. Ideal Perception, that gap is opening in behind PL Aussie and might be able to squeeze in there. And then Prestige Sealster is racing third, and Sobble Ace is racing fourth. How you play the game got away fifth. Then Sports Sense and back to Instantaneous and Artie's Ideal. PL Aussie 1-9 on the board, 26-1. Ideal Perception was able to leave well enough and then squeeze into the pocket in front of Prestige Sealster, couldn't fill the pocket. And then Sobble Ace is racing fourth of a 26-1 opening quarter. How you play the game is playing fifth. Then Sports Sense back to Instantaneous, and Artie's Ideal is trailing the field. Popping out from fourth will come Sobble Ace. It is PL Aussie who's got the front. PL Aussie has a lead of a length and a half. Ideal Perception's getting an ideal trip. And then Sobble Ace is on the outside third. Prestige Sealster is racing fourth. How you play the game is well spotted second over. Then Sports Sense back to Artie's Ideal, who's second last at Instantaneous, is trailing the field. PL Aussie up at 54-3 halftime at a 26-1 opener. Leads as they hustle their way to three quarters. PL Aussie is unchallenged. Ideal Perception is 2 1/4 back. Sobble Ace, Prestige Sealster. How you play the game is still second over, and now is going to pop out 3 wide, but has to make up about 5 or 6 lengths over PL Aussie. 122-4 the 3/4 time, and PL Aussie, Ideal Perception, Prestige Sealster on down the stretch where they come. PL Aussie is just cruising sharp to the finish, no urging. PL Aussie gets to the finish in 151 flat, and then Prestige Sealster, actually Ideal Perception, Prestige Sealster, and then on the outside Sobble Ace, but 151. PL Aussie kind of almost looked like a training mile because he just so sharp right now is PL Aussie.
Yeah, very sharp. Nice back quarter, 28-1 for a trip in 151 flat, 3 in a row in Ontario. The big surprise for me was the big 2-hole ride for Ideal Perception at 50-1. There was some bridge jumper money involved in the show pool, right? Well over $20,000 in show money wagered on race number 10.
Yeah, the big surprise, I thought Prestige Sealster would be able to fill that pocket, but just not able to leave enough to keep the door closed, and Ideal Perception was able to squeeze on in and then did stick around for a second. So that was the difference. That action between those two settled second because it was kind of decided. I thought whoever got the pocket trip might be able to stick for second.
Well, here's the thing. I remember saying Sobble Ace is a much better horse than Prestige Sealster. Well, same can be said for Ideal Perception, a much better horse than Prestige Sealster. I mean, if they ever met up against each other in London, Ideal Perception would be like an even money horse where Prestige Sealster would be 10-1. Yeah. Ideal Perception, let go there at 50-1. That exactor's coming back at $27 even, Gary.
Well, and look, you laid off the 7 because you just weren't sure how that horse would get the trip. Well, and as soon as you see Well, that's how he's going to get it. He's going to get the pocket right. Man, we would have gone to Ideal Perception all day long if you could have told us he was going to be able to leave well enough to get over the pylons from the outside and set the pocket behind Pialazzi.
100%. I mean, you could be lining up all day. If you could place wagers during that race, you'd have be betting 2-7 exactors, 2-7 alls all day long. Because when he found pylons there, I mean, it was obvious there wasn't going to be too many to be able to come from off the pace to battle for a top 2 spot on that one. Sammy's quite happy. Lots of high fives for the winning driver, right?
Yeah, and how you play the game, I said it. I'm not sure how he fits in there. Well, I mean, he's good enough. Plenty good enough. It's just could not get a trip. A second over trip, but I mean, the front end was getting away.
Yeah, he'd have been better off if he would have drew the rail in there, like you called it. Prestige Sealster had a better push off the wings, and then Ideal Perception coming from the far outside can blast with anything. But how you play the game, just a victim really of his post position, and then a victim of where he had to sit throughout the mile.
Well, it was an interesting dash, and Sugar, have yourself a great Thursday. We're going to do this all over again on Friday night.
Sounds good. Great job, Gary.
Back in front of us, number 2, PL Aussie. Sammy Filya with the winning drive. 7-year-old Sunshine Beach Bay horse owned by Bryn Campbell and Barry McLennan. Amanda Riley, the trainer. Sammy Filya is the winning driver, and Tom Riley is the groom. Tenth race payouts, 2 Pialazzi, 210, 210, and 210. 7 Ideal Perception, $11, $650. 1 Prestige Sealster, $330. $2 Exactor, $26.50. $1 Rise, $77.70. High Five, $539.95. 20-cent High Five, $107.99. Pick 3, $108.90. Pick 4, $123.50. And the Pick 5... The 20-cent Pick 5, $128.13. The 10th race, sort of finished from the top, set 3-1, 5-8 scratch 7-2-6-4. That's 3-1, 5-8 scratch 7-2-6-4 on the bottom. That concludes the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Action resumes Friday, 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Josie Bean.
Good night, Gary.
Good night, Horace.